Hi guys and welcome to DR Sports with myself, Abby. We have a huge game tonight in the Champions League. Manchester United are taking on Atletico Madrid. What an amazing panel we have tonight. I mean, it's very United orientated, so I will be the resident Madrid supporter. Hi Kojo.
Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you doing?
I'm okay.
Good.
I'm good. We've got lots of things on show tonight, so we're gonna talk about them in a sec. Hi Neeks.
Hi, Abby.
Hi, how are you?
We meet again.
We meet again.
Anyone who remembers, we had the first game. I think it was the first game of the season.
It was the first game.
Man United against Leeds. And Abby and Robbie were trying to get me to say Man United are going to win the title. I didn't buckle, guys. And as you can see,
you did say that.
I said we should be aiming for. I think I said like 85
you said
points.
we should be like contending. 85 points. That's what you said. You were wrong. But anyway, we'll obviously address that towards the stream. However, we have to start off with today's Game Day Live, and it is brought to you by Manscaped, the world leader in below the waist grooming. And Manscaped have a lawnmower 4.0. I'm going to do a demonstration for you shortly, actually. It's got waterproof technology, wireless charging, skin-safe technology, and lasts up to 90 minutes on a single charge. The ball deodorant can keep those balls absolutely perfect. So make sure you use the code DR Sports at checkout for an amazing 20% off of your order and free shipping at www.manscaped.com, and the link is in the description. But I am actually going to show you what's in the box. We're going to do a live demonstration. I'm joking, we're not. But this is the previous Manscaped with this lovely razor, lawnmower. Wow. Can you hear that?
I can hear it.
Can you hear that? You told me off air, Neeks, that you
actually,
are a Manscaped fan.
Well, I am. I'm not gonna, plug my code, but obviously everyone knows Neeks Sports. I got a channel, so we've been sending stuff on Manscaped, and I was like, damn, Manscaped is actually pretty good. So now I'm a subscriber. I don't get.
You're a subscriber.
Yeah. I got the 2.0.
You mentioned that. Is this a 2.0?
So this is a 2.0.
Go on, have a feel.
And obviously it's got this LED light. So if you wanted to shave in the dark, I'm not sure. Or maybe
is that something you've tried? Or?
It's not, because that's a bit dangerous.
That would be dangerous.
But maybe it's for the nether regions that are a bit darker than the one that's more exposed to the light. But also what it has, if we get the 4.0.
The 4.0. So we have the 4.0 here. This is everything that comes in the 4.0 box.
What
Here is your 4.0 lawnmower.
I don't know what they call it, but it's this little protective clip. So you don't actually, nip the private areas. We don't want that. That defeats the whole purpose of what we're trying to do here, guys. So make sure you get that. It's got obviously all the little...
that's the charging thing.
Well, there's a charging one.
There is a lead in here.
But let me get the different clipper size.
Sure. Here's one I made earlier.
So it's got these different clipper sizes. Because obviously, certain people got more bush down there than others.
They do.
More lawn than others.
They do.
So and some of them want to go a bit bald, or some of them want, maybe
like a fade.
Yeah, fade.
Skin fade. Yeah, there you go.
So you can be your own barber, essentially. Barber of your own balls.
This is a different one. I'm not going to lie. This one's a bit snazzy.
Are you going to put the code in and get yours?
The DR Sports, of course, 20% off.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to put that
And
code
also,
in.
when you're done, you've got this little duster just to make them all nice and shiny. But
You're talking from experience, Abby.
Like I said, if I had balls, I'd be a bloke. But if I had balls, I would most definitely be manscaping. And not only that, you've got, actually, I'm going to use this one because I did have a little play around earlier with them. You have got in here your ball toner. Because, just how I would maybe tone my face,
right.
Your balls deserve that, right?
Facts.
Of course.
Yeah.
Facts. Crown jewels.
Crown jewels.
Literally.
And I have to say, it smells very nice. Want to have a whiff?
Let me smell that.
Smell that. Your balls could be like that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I don't want to smell what those balls might smell like.
But yours already do, because you subscribe.
There you go.
And then not only that, you have this amazing deodorant. And actually, it's not like a spray deodorant that you might think. It's like a creamy lather.
Yes.
Lathery deodorant.
Oh, wow.
So,
guys, it's very important.
all of that can be yours. Make sure you click on the description and you can use the amazing 20% off DR Sports at the checkout. So, now everyone's balls are in order. Let's actually talk about football, shall we? So, obviously following on from the weekend where you beat Spurs, Kojo, I feel like in that game it was pretty evenly matched. I think, and this is not to sound biased, because I am a Spurs supporter, I think Spurs actually played pretty well and kind of pushed you all the way. I think it was just the difference of one particular player with the quality that can change a game by himself.
Yeah, no, it was the Ronaldo show. That's what he does. He's the king, you know. He's the emperor. He's Michael Jackson. We're T-Lo. We're living in his universe. But yeah, no, that's what he was brought in for, to be the difference maker. That's what he signed key players for. So the fact that he scored 3 brilliant goals, you know, the second one being a team goal. So no discredit to Matic and Sancho for their thing as well. They also did a thing, but Ronaldo obviously stole the show. And I think when you have that kind of quality, that can take you far. So hopefully we get the same today.
Okay. So there's been a lot of talk about Ronaldo like disrupting United.
Yeah.
But then obviously you see him put in a performance like that. And I mean, for me, it looked like he had something to prove. There's always so much like talk about him, like what's going on. Do you think that he just feels like there's something to prove?
No, I think he's always felt confident within himself enough to just say, you know, I'm going to go out there and do my thing. He don't listen to noise. He's too used to that at this point, you know. I think the biggest disruptor at this point are our own fan base. They keep moving about who is more important, who should leave. One person has one bad game and suddenly showed them the door. That's more disruptive than the guy himself. He wants to train, he works hard, he leaves the training pitch last, he gets on the pitch. Does he have some bad games? Yes, but you can guarantee he gives 100% every time.
Yeah,
and that's what you can ask for.
And you'd be looking at kind of like your squad. He's probably one of the only. I mean, he's one of the best in the world, if not arguably the best in the world.
Oh, he's by far the biggest winner out of all of them.
Yeah, so that's why it's not really him. The mentality, maybe people in the fan base should be questioning. It's actually the rest of the squad.
Well, the way I see it, if there's players in the squad who got a problem with Ronaldo, then they're the problem. Yeah. Because as Kojo said, he is the biggest winner in there. He knows what he wants. The rest of them, man, if they got issue with that, they're the ones who need to be called out. Not, oh, why did we bring Ronaldo in? What, because we wanted to just trudge along the road of mediocrity? Yeah. No,
if anything, I always thought that to bring Ronaldo in was actually to show up a bit of. I know it's not a long-term contract, but it's quite ambitious to think. Well, actually, we've got Cristiano Ronaldo. Yeah. He's come back. He obviously sees the ambition as well, and that that's going to be the piece of the puzzle, especially after the summer that you guys had, which we will talk about. But let's just run through the team sheets quickly. So for United, it's De Gea in goal, Maguire, Ronaldo, Fred, Bruno Fernandes, Varane, Dalot, Sancho, Alex Telles, Elanga, and McTominay. And Atletico Madrid is Oblak. I can't even read that. Lodi, Ronaldo, Savic, Jimenez, Llorente, De Paul, Herrera, Koke, Griezmann, and João Felix. Like we were just saying about Ronaldo, because I feel like he's always such a talking point. He's been such a big talking point for United, one of the talking points really, but one of the main ones for the whole season so far. So do you think he was a detriment to your side? Do you think he ruined the balance?
Ronaldo, did he ruin the balance? No. I think the issues that we're seeing is not because Ronaldo's in the team. It's because we didn't get certain positions that we needed to fill in the summer. Now, some people will say, we didn't get a defensive midfielder because we got Ronaldo. Don't fool yourself. We were never getting a defensive midfielder. Because if we were getting a defensive midfielder, we would have got it long before Ronaldo came available, because that was right at the end of the transfer window.
Agreed.
So what we expecting, Ronaldo might become available. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. You give the Glazers and the board a get out of jail free card to an extent, because obviously you're blaming them for making the signing. But to say, we didn't get a DM because you got Ronaldo, no. They had no plans on getting a DM, because that would have been signed a long time. They didn't have no plans on getting a right back, even though Oli wanted Trippier, because they would have got that long time. Yeah. Ronaldo's signing pays for itself. The Man United did not have to really shell out anything to get Ronaldo, because he's already paid that back, just in terms of like the commercial viability of him. So no, he didn't dismantle or disrupt the team. If he did, as I said, then it needed to be dismantled. It needs to be disrupted, because there was too much mediocrity and comfortability in the side, and we hadn't won anything for coming up to 5 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah, bloody hell, 5 years.
5 years. Look at Kojo's in shock.
Wow. Abbi's like, only 5 years?
Only 5 years.
What are you about?
Yeah, it's been about 35 years, bar one trophy. Well, no, I do agree with you. I think that it's quite harsh to say he disrupted. I think that also to say you disrupted meant you had a good thing going. And I wouldn't.
We didn't have a good.
I wouldn't really say you had. I was going to say I don't think you necessarily had a good thing going. So it's a weird angle, I think, for fans to kind of go down. Another very big talking point lately as such has actually been Harry Maguire. Was it 80? Was it 80 million? You guys, you spent on him. Just thought I'd remind you.
It wasn't us. It was the you know.
By proxy, that is you. Harry Maguire. When you signed him, I mean, he'd had a really good season. He'd had a good season at Hull. He'd had a good season at Leicester. And there was a lot of talk about Harry Maguire, you know, being one of the best, you know, new, fresh defenders. Like, could he be a Rio? Could he be a Vidic? Could he be a Terry? Obviously, we've learned that maybe he's none of those things.
Maybe, yeah, just maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see. Time will tell.
Time will tell. The jury's still out. Do you really think he's as bad as people are making him out to be? I mean, you watch him week in, week out. I don't.
Yeah. I'm going to be brutally honest. I was very, very annoyed when we were linked to him in the first place.
Were you?
Oh, I was fuming. Not because of him in terms of a quality. If he's coming to the squad, fine. It was more to do with the fee. Now, he doesn't control the fee, but I knew he wasn't worth anywhere near that. That was just my opinion at the time. And the proof is now in the pudding. Like, you know, he's nowhere near 80 million. He's more about 8. Jesus Christ. You know, even when he has good games, there's always moments in those games where he has lapses, and those lapses are critical. They're just something that just messes up the whole sort of balance of play for us. We can be controlling the game. He does something stupid, and then we concede a goal. That's what he does. So
even the Spurs game, like I do it partly in terms of to answer your question. Yeah, I think he gets sometimes a bit too much stick than that he deserves. But as Kojo said, it's because it's those big moments. So in the Spurs game, he was cool. Yeah. But then the own goal, and it's like he dropped a disaster class. He didn't. He had one bad moment, but that one bad moment led to
could have been costly.
Exactly. So
it could have been.
He has that in his game. It's something that a few pundits and fans said that even at the time, because the way that we want to play when we get back to our best is, you know, a high line, pressing from the front, etc. He hasn't got the pace.
Yeah.
If we're sitting back, defending the edge of the box like he did at Leicester, like he did at Hull, he's fine because there's no spacing behind. Any crosses in, head that out, whatever. But as we're trying to progress and we're trying to win games on the front foot, he's becoming more and more exposed. In the first 2 seasons under Oli, because we were much more of a counter-attacking team, it masked those deficiencies, especially when he had like 2 defensive midfielders in front of him. As this season, as you know, getting Ronaldo, you can't play on the counter-attack when you get Ronaldo. So this season has really exposed his frailties in terms of a Manchester United level centre-back, in terms of where we want to go. Really and truly, he is the quality of our team right now, because we are a bad team. But if we're talking about getting back to the top,
to where you were,
then,
but where you were was actually a really long time ago. So maybe it's about adjusting your expectations. You're not the Manchester United that was under Sir Alex Ferguson. You haven't been since he left.
Yes, but we don't accept
where we are. You don't accept mediocrity.
Yeah, so we take Maguire for 2 years and we say, all right, you did the job for those 2 years. We need to move on now.
Has it only been 2 years?
Well, this is the third year.
Oh my God, I feel like he's been there so long.
Yeah, it feels like that every day.
And I think one of the biggest issues actually was the fact that he was given the captain's armband.
Yeah, because it's like, it kind of reinforced it.
I don't believe he was a captain at any other level, any club that he was at already. So what really happened in those first 6 months, because in the January, that he became the leader. I can't see it, because since he got the captain's armband, I haven't seen those leadership qualities.
Yeah.
So,
but it might be something that goes on in the dressing room. There's lots of people that are like quite quiet, that you'd say on the pitch, but you know, aren't necessarily really loud. I mean, I could, for example, like Ledley King. Okay, he was a far better defender than Harry Maguire, but you know, he wasn't particularly loud or anything like that. You wouldn't think he was, but he was a real leader. Yeah. You know, in the dressing room. So maybe Harry Maguire has that quality, because otherwise, why would you have the armband?
My question is, does he have the utmost respect from everybody in that team? And it's looking like a big no. And if it's a no, then he ain't no captain of mine.
Fair, that's a fair point. I would say though, when it comes to England, he's good for England.
He is, but then also again,
he's not bad.
But again,
he's protected though by Phillips and Rice.
If you look at the way that England play, one, they generally have, well, a lot of times they're free at the back, a lot of the times, and that definitely helps. And then they've got those 2 defensive midfielders. Don't get it wrong, he has been good for England. And in the Euros, Tyrone Mings wasn't terrible in the first game or so, but you saw the difference when Maguire was playing and he could step out with the ball and all that, and he's playing with confidence. But because he's not like a clean defender, everything doesn't look good. When things are going bad, it just sometimes it looks worse than he actually is. And he's obviously a very, he's a player that kind of thrives on the confidence. He doesn't really have that, you know, just innate, like Ronaldo. Ronaldo might go on a goal drought of X amount of games, but he can still score a hat-trick tomorrow because he believes in his ability. I'm not saying Maguire doesn't, but it doesn't tell me that. He doesn't exude that kind of confidence. So when he's off form, it's like you don't know where the next good game's coming from.
Yeah, and I think also maybe the partnership. I mean, obviously Varane's a good defender. You know, been all around Europe. He's been a great defender, but at the same time, it depends on the partnership that you're in. We see it with Manchester City. You know, when Diaz is in there, you know, they look way more strong and solid. And obviously, when he's not there, it's a bit of a change. You know, John Stones is still a good defender, but
you hit Diaz.
But he's not Diaz. And I think maybe that's something to do with, you know, maybe having Harry Maguire not feel he's in the right partnership for him potentially.
I don't know what the right partnership for him is.
I'm playing devil's advocate here.
Him and the bench. That's the partnership.
That's a beautiful partnership. I'd love to see that on a consistent basis.
You too. A super chat from Kay Arman, who said, Maguire is great in a centre-back 3. He'd be good at Atletico 3 centre-back line. Right up now, just like England. Yep, you are pretty spot on, kind of what we have said. Guys, put your predictions in so we can see what you think is going to happen in this game. And also give us your comments about Cristiano Ronaldo and also Harry Maguire. I want to hear what you think have to say. Chad Buddy said 3-0 Atleti. Do you guys think this is going to be 3-0 Atletico? What's your predictions?
Did he say 3-0 Atleti? Wow, you're disrespectful, mate. I'm going to go 1-0 United.
1-0 United?
Yeah.
I'm going to go 2-1 United.
Okay, all right. The confidence in here. He beats Spurs. Okay, everyone does. We get bad everywhere we go.
No, we have to win this. Like, this is our season. If we lose today, our season is over.
Game
finished.
over.
But you could still. You could still get fourth.
We're not getting fourth. We're not.
Put it this way.
You've written that off completely.
I've written it off.
I think you're mad to write it off. Arsenal still have Liverpool, Chelsea, and Spurs. Okay, and I know that how Spurs are.
No, stop. Before you go
still.
on, we've got Liverpool, Chelsea to play as well.
Okay,
and Arsenal.
That's a problem for you.
Away.
That's a problem for you. And you've got Arsenal as well.
Yeah, Arsenal away.
But this is the thing. So this is
Liverpool
it's actually
away.
quite funny because now you say it to me like that. This is where Spurs actually just kept winning their games.
But
Maybe we could actually just.
If you were to.
Because it's actually really you two that might end up, both United and Arsenal, and losing to each other and things like that. That actually could
But the way
carve
that
the way.
Arsenal are playing, like they go into a game, especially against the mid to lower table, and I believe, they're going to win this game.
Yeah, but when
I don't even have that trust in us.
What about with Liverpool? Do you see Arsenal coming out of those 3 games in hand with 9 points?
I believe they lose to Liverpool.
Beat Chelsea. They've got a really good record.
Where's
with
Chelsea? Is that Chelsea at the Emirates or I'm not
Stamford
sure.
Bridge.
Stamford
Bridge.
Chelsea beat them.
No, they won't beat Chelsea. I think I'll go lose to Liverpool, maybe draw with Chelsea, and your game's at
home.
See, you lot are so unpredictable.
Yeah.
The result against Arsenal depends on what your result is the week before. If you win the week before,
I disagree.
could you not win,
The way
lose,
we are at the
win,
minute,
lose,
that's
win,
it.
lose? Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So if you win the game before
Or
Arsenal,
lose that.
you lose. Or if you lose the game before,
We'll
you
win
win.
that.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know. And that game hasn't been rescheduled yet.
No,
so
I think they're waiting so long, the TV channels, like to just wait and wait to make it look like an interesting battle between these two clubs.
But Arsenal in the driving seat, they're what Arsenal? 1 point ahead of us with 3 games in hand?
Yep.
Yeah.
What a position to be in.
What a position to be in. I mean, it is theirs to lose, but...
Too heavy. Oh! No, you can't give. It's not
what
a
can
foul.
he do, man?
It's not a foul. He won the ball.
That's big Oblak as well, man.
It's
Shut
like,
up,
no,
man.
you can't give a foul for
Don't
that.
lie, man.
Definitely can't book him.
6'3", 220 pounds maybe.
£220.
No, that's a fine. That's fine because he hasn't even got his elbow in him or nothing.
That's fine.
The goalkeepers are too protected, man. Look at that. He ain't touched
He ain't done anything wrong.
He ain't done nothing.
Yeah.
He ain't
That's a
done
clean
anything.
challenge.
They wouldn't have stood.
But that's a problem.
Yeah.
They wouldn't
Because it
have
should have stood. If it was a goal, that should have
But
stood.
if that was the other end of the pitch...
I would blame the hair, like we do for everything anyway. Like when the hair's weak in the air. He's weak in the air. Oblak was weak then.
Can't lie, I don't know about that. I would have been saying, that's a foul, man.
Listen,
I think
You gotta be
that's a foul.
shameless in this world, you know what I'm saying?
You would. You'd absolutely say that was a foul. Right, let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Grizzly said Wreck-It Ralph. Are we still feeling it's Wreck-It Ralph?
No, Man United were wrecked a long time ago, my friend.
Are you a fan of Ralph?
I like him. I like him. I'm not the biggest fan, but I was not like against him coming in.
You wouldn't want him for, you know,
No,
I
not long
know
term.
he's obviously going into that consultancy role, but like you wouldn't want him for...
I prefer that, yeah.
You
All right,
prefer
if
that,
the
okay.
option in the summer was Ralph for, let's say, another year, or Pochettino.
Poch.
I want to have this debate. I'm going to just pause the chats for a sec. I want to have this debate because me and Neeks had it. I seem to have this debate with like every United fan I come in contact with. We and Flex did last week as well. Do you really want Pochettino, or is that like, okay, well, he's offering you Ralph or Poch? Would you have Ten Hag or Poch?
I've said Poch for a while.
Tell me why.
I just feel like, one, for the current squad that we have, which will not be changed very quickly overnight or in one summer, or a couple of summers, I think he'll fit the sort of players we have right now. Number two, I feel like he'd have more of a game plan. What I'm saying is, as much as I like Ten Hag, his style of play is one way, so he identifies one type of player. He'll have a plan A. I feel like Pochettino will have a plan A and a plan B, just in case.
Pochettino plan B?
Yes. Yes, at PSG we ain't seen that, but
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. PSG.
Laurie has joined us.
Oh no.
You don't have a choice of where to sit because it's only United. I mean, I'm technically Atletico, so you could sit here. But
we had Laurie last week. I'm sure last time, the first leg.
Yeah, let me just say, I'm ABU. Anyone but United.
So
tonight, I'm supporting Atletico.
You can support us now that he's the.
That's fair.
Sorry. So as you were saying, you think Poch has a plan B?
Yeah, I feel like Poch would just be the better choice for United at the moment in time.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, interesting. You don't feel that way at all?
I don't want Poch. I don't. I've never been. No, that's not never been. 20, like the year that Oli came in, when he was interim,
yeah,
I was like, let Oli finish interim at the end of the season and let's go for Poch.
Okay.
But since then, it's just been a downward spiral for Poch. Now, yeah, he won a cup, but went over in Liga, but Champions League, he was fortunate to go through against Bayern Munich last year. They missed Lewandowski madly, they missed a lot of chances, then obviously lost to Man City. You can lose to Man City, but PSG have got a very good side. He didn't win the league. People say, oh yeah, he joined halfway. They were 1 point off top with like half the season to go, with clearly a far superior team to Lille and Lyon, who were the other teams competing. He should have won the league last year, he didn't. Now he's going to win the league this year, fair enough, as you should. You know, you've got Messi, you should. But he showed himself once again in the Champions League. To go out, and I get the PSG in terms of the history, they bottle it, I get that. But so does he. So you marry them together, and what you saw last week is what I fear with Pochettino. We talk about, Spurs ain't 1-0, Harry Kane ain't 1-0. Both him, so Poch and Harry Kane had opportunities to win something. It wasn't because they were at Spurs, therefore they lost. They were in semi-finals. They were in obviously a final. Were you in a League Cup final as well? I can't remember.
I think we made it to. I think it was like 3 semi-finals and 4 finals or something like that. Or the other way around.
You were in the top 4. No, you had the most points accumulated in the Premier League over 2 consecutive seasons.
Should have won the league.
Leicester won the league.
Chelsea
won the league. You finished 3rd and 2nd. He's had a good team. Your defence in those couple few years was the best defence in the league.
It was a sensational team.
Kyle Walker, Toby Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Danny Rose. Like, yes, he built it with the help of the likes of Paul Mitchell, etc. But he flopped when the going gets tough. And Manchester United, for the last 5 years, have been flopping when the going gets tough. How does Pochettino change that around? Because he hasn't shown that he can do that. And there's big egos at PSG that he's struggling to manage. There's big egos at Manchester United.
No, I don't want it.
Just a small point though on the, because I do agree with a lot of what you say, by the way, but I was kind of thinking, I'm trying to be a little bit fair to Pochettino, which as an Arsenal fan is an easy thing to do. But I'm just thinking, like, would you call Tuchel a bottle drop?
For that final?
Because he couldn't get a tune out of them big names either.
Well, he
not in terms of the Champions League.
He won the league and they got to the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Lost to Bayern Munich. They really should have won that final.
Yeah, so did he bottle it?
But no, but I think tactically they should have won that final. Mbappe missed chances, Neymar missed chances. In the Spurs-Liverpool game, again, I'm not saying Spurs should have won because Liverpool were a very good side that year, but Spurs never looked like winners.
Well, I also think you also have to remember that Spurs couldn't go 1-0 down within 23 seconds.
True.
So I think that is. I know it's an awful final and I'll never watch it back, but like it's one of those things that you were already done, you're already beaten.
And that was unfortunate. That was
unfortunate because it was never a handball. Yeah. But also, I think that what the worst thing for Spurs is that Liverpool had been to the Champions League final the year before, and they probably came into it how we did, wanting to play the game. But I think, Liverpool had learned that you don't go into a Champions League final and play football. You go there and it's like a stalemate, and then until someone breaks. And I think that's probably, you're right, a naivety maybe from Pochettino in that. in that, you know, going into that final, he wanted to play football, and you know that just wasn't, you know, that's just not how it's supposed to be in a final.
PSG has been a huge learning curve for him, because the thing is, I try my best.
But has he learned?
So this is what I'm going to say. So I try my best not to judge managers too tough on what happens at PSG, because it's a circus.
Yeah.
And those players, like, you obviously, you guys probably heard that Messi and Neymar got the hell booed out.
And deservedly
so.
Yeah.
But it's because those fans, even though Mbappe is leaving, apart from him and maybe a couple of others, they keep doing this thing all the time when they just get to the moment and they don't know what to do.
There's a lot of mercenaries there.
Exactly, and I feel like for him, yes, there are a lot of big egos that he's struggling with. The ball situation there is a mess. And yes, he's winning the league with a team. He should be winning the league with regardless. Whether Mbappe's playing, Neymar's playing, doesn't matter. They should be winning games and winning the league. But you got to come out of there much stronger, because Tuchel has gone to Chelsea. And he obviously learned what was wrong there and went to a Champions League final where you could argue they were definitely not the favourites to win. Man City were the favourites to win that one, and they came away with a deserved victory in that final. Pochettino, I'm not saying he's going to do the same thing. I'm not saying he's going to go next year at Man United, maybe win Champions League. What I'm saying is, I feel like every manager that comes out of there, 9 times out of 10 has come out
because who are the managers come out there? Unai Emery, he was there.
Unai
Emery.
And obviously he's won Europa League with Villarreal since. Ancelotti was there, but we know he had a CV before.
It does seem a bit like poisoned, like Chalet's coming.
What's Laurent Blanc done since?
I would say though.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. 9 times out of 10 he's the one.
Talking about Pochettino, I thought, and listen, Abbi knows this because we've spoken privately off air, I thought he was overrated from time, because you've only got to look. No, seriously.
Go.
Ooh, okay.
This insistence upon Spurs fans, not saying Abbi, but I can think of
Definitely
one or two.
Abbi.
Toby.
What are you going to say?
Toby. That's labelling this guy great. He's not won nothing.
You
cannot proclaim somebody as a great manager if he's not won any trophies.
You can say he's a very
good manager.
He's won something in France, but come on, bro.
I think they gave him that tag because they were not used to a manager taking them to that level.
Yeah.
Because if we're being honest, I mean,
but I just think even regardless of Spurs fans, the press, there seemed to be this love affair with Poch. Oh, he's great man. Yeah. No, he's a good manager, potentially very good manager. But I wouldn't even put him as very good yet. To me, he's good.
So if
the potential's there.
As a neutral, who do you think United should have?
Well, as an Arsenal fan, I want him to get Pochettino.
No, but seriously, who would you think, like, if you're taking your Arsenal hat off for a sec, who would you actually think that would be a really good fit?
I like to look at that Ten Hag guy. I think if I was a United fan, I want somebody young, progressive, looks like he's got the right stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, Pochettino is a good manager, so if I'm taking my Arsenal hat off, if I'm a United fan, yeah.
You see the thing with me?
But I'll go for Ten Hag.
My issue with Poch, if Poch comes in, I'm going to support him. I'm not going to... I might, to be fair, I did say I was Poch out before he even joined.
Poch was out before he was in.
But if you look at a lot of our managers, since David Moyes, every manager we've got has been like, got a bit of baggage, or there's a doubt surrounding them already. So Van Gaal comes in, it's like, okay, you done well, but you're a bit old. Can your methods? Oh!
How did you miss that?
Where did he get the post or the bar?
Was that Elanga?
Yeah.
Elanga.
How did you? How?
He was like 2 yards out.
How? Sweat? I'm so confused.
I need to see what's happened.
It almost came across a box too.
What happened was he missed it.
For him.
Yeah, but did he?
I think he hit the ball.
Maybe he must have hit Oblak because we had the throw on.
You know what I was just about to say as well, you know, in the time that I've come in, because I joined the stream late, because I was doing another show, by the way, I've seen Ronaldo pick up the ball a couple of times, made some very positive runs.
We've started
he looks
well.
on it today.
We've started well.
He looks on it.
You know, he is.
He wakes up for the Champions League.
He wakes up for Atletico
Yeah,
as well.
it's true.
He has destroyed them far too many times.
Wish he would have stayed asleep for Spurs.
But what I'm saying is, so you got, Van Gaal comes in, it's like he's a bit old, as his method's going to work. He ain't won anything proper since, you know, the 90s or something like that. Then Mourinho comes in next.
There's no way that you were saying you didn't want Mourinho.
No.
At the time.
No, see, I wanted Mourinho. Oh yeah, come on, Oblak's head.
Wow.
Look, watch it.
Oh.
That's a bit unlucky. I don't think there's much more.
There's not much more he could have done.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted Mourinho to replace Fergie. But when Mourinho joined us, he'd been sacked by Real Madrid, he'd been sacked by Chelsea again. So there was already a bit of like the way it broke down at Chelsea. And then, to be fair, there was a few Man United legends, ex-legends, whatever, saying, I'm not sure he's the right man for the job. That's why he didn't get the job in the first place to replace Fergie, because they said he's not a Man United guy. But we kind of got behind Mourinho. It didn't work out in the end. Even though he won a few trophies, but it didn't work out in the end. Ollie comes in, gets he's there interim, does brilliantly, then gets given the job middle of the season for no apparent reason. Season ends poorly. And it's like...
No, but you just said he done brilliantly.
He did. He went on that 10
but it's like, why didn't
game. Was it like 10 games?
No, for those 3 months, no, it was more than that. It was like 19, 20 games. But it's like in all competitions.
No,
right?
but you said, with respect, there's a bit of a contradiction, because you said he did brilliantly, then you said for no apparent reason he got the job.
Well, I understand the reason they gave it to him. There was no reason for them to give it to him then, because what they said in the January when we got him was, we're going to make the decision at the end of the season once we've got in a sporting director or whatever. And because of the good results, they scrapped that plan and got
I think there was if I remember rightly as well, there was a real feel-good factor.
Yeah, there was.
But
after Mourinho.
When you're making decisions, you don't make a decision based on feel-good factor emotions. You need to make a logical footballing decision. And anyway, the point is, when he got the job, everyone was, okay, I understand it, cool.
Be honest, was you against him?
I didn't want him to get the job at that point. Yeah. I said, I've been saying this for years. When Jose went, I said, the next signing Man United need to make is a sporting director before the next manager. And so I didn't waver on that. When he got the job, I wasn't angry, I wasn't disappointed, because I had that feel-good factor as a fan. But the people on the board need to make a decision outside of emotion. By the time the end of the season came, we had fallen away, knocked out competitions, blah, blah, blah. We go into the next season, there's doubts about Ollie again. If Pochettino comes in, there's already big doubts and splits within our fan base. I'm saying no, Kojo's saying yes, and that is Man United in terms of Pochettino. So he already comes in with pressure. If he doesn't win his first 5 games, there's going to be people saying he's never the right man. I think we need a bit of a clean slate. Get someone without that baggage.
But even without baggage, don't you think the reaction is going to still be the same about Ten Hag anyway? Because United fans can't. United fans
not initially. I don't think so. I don't think initially. I think if we get Ten Hag in,
that's a great save by.
I think if we get Ten Hag in, I think. Okay, maybe I'm using my logic. I don't know.
Right.
But I can see what he built at Ajax.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a build. I'm not looking for instant.
And when you get that time though.
And it is a rebuild.
As a fan, I'm willing to give him that time. Ollie got given time, you know. So there's a belief.
So when you say time, what we're talking, a year,
Ollie
2
was
seasons?
Here for 3 years total, really.
3 years is fair.
I think
I'm not sure if that works for United, bro.
That's my point. I don't
for United, I don't think.
And the fans as well. The fans are very, very impatient.
But I would just say one thing. Ten Hag is very similar to Poch in the sense that Poch is always about project. It's always about a build. And I said this to Flex last week when we did the preview for this channel, that, you know, would I say he's a good fit for you? Sometimes in one breath yes and one breath no, because I don't think you want a rebuild. I think you might need a rebuild, you know, in certain structures of United. I think you do. I think there's a lot of things that have fallen away, you know, over the years since Fergie left. But I think that you would have to be patient. I think that it's a thing of, okay, first season would be to try and get back into the Champions League, assuming you don't get it. You know, the second season would be, I think, to, you know, obviously try and win something and go further in the Champions League, and then and build up to the title. I think if you think that, you know, Poch is going to come in and do something magical within the first season, I think that's probably not the case. I think
the reason why I am optimistic about the new manager, whoever that might be, being given time is, and I'm talking about from the board more so than the fans, is the fact that we've spoken about having Rangnick on a 2-year consultancy. So you're already kind of given 2 years to build a structure that is able to go and win. So if you're saying Rangnick there's a 2-year consultancy, you can't then abandon the plan after 6 months.
So, but again, if it's only a 2-year consultancy, so is Rangnick going to have any say in who comes in? Or
he's spoken about that he's already in that discussion. We've already started those talks, those discussions, as we should.
Look, I think it's only going to be Pochettino that comes in, unfortunately.
I think
for me.
I agree with Abbi. I think you'll go for Poch.
Let me say the joy is about Ten Hag as well. There's 2 things that keep sticking out of my mind as well, because we're talking about moments as well in games and all that. So when we played them in the Europa League final,
yes,
he was manager, and his main gripe was the style of play that we played against them to win the game. It wasn't that Man United were better, it was why they're playing long balls. Yeah. Against Tottenham, yes. Again, I actually Tottenham were two teams that seem to be going to that far anyway, but when you're there and you're in control of the game, you have to see it out. You're up ahead at half time, and then they also, Spurs changed their style of play that long style as well, and suddenly you're all over the place and you lose the game. That's my worry about him as well. I don't doubt he's a good manager.
I would also say that it's a complete fluke that happened.
No,
it would never happen again.
But we can say that. But then it's like if you suddenly play against a team that plays a certain style,
great skill,
and you don't know how to deal with it. If you build a team for us that copes the same way or doesn't know how to cope the same way, that's also going to be a problem. And United fans are not going to be happy also. So as much even me, I want Poch. That being said, if he doesn't come, I'm not going to cry about it. But I always have my reservations about Ten Hag as well, because his style is beautiful.
Listen, I have my reservations about Ten Hag. Don't get it twisted. Like Ten Hag is not my. I've been saying for. Who's your first choice? So my first choice, but I know it's not going to happen anymore. So I've kind of put it to one side. Is Zidane.
I was just going to say. I know, obviously, I was just about to say my pick for United would be Zidane, but obviously we know he doesn't want that.
He doesn't want to come to England. He doesn't want to come. He's probably going to go PSG or France.
But I think he's waiting for the France job.
So for me, like that would be my first, and the reason why, because he's a winner in terms of as a manager. Big club, the biggest club in the world in Real Madrid. Therefore, is that a penalty?
Nah, get up, man.
Therefore.
This is embarrassing.
They're checking VAR.
Wouldn't that be a corner then? Because he kicked it.
Well, it's one or the other, isn't it? Because we won the ball as a penalty, or they won the ball as a corner.
Stop it! Get up, man. Who is that on the floor?
Who else but Bruno?
That's embarrassing.
Right, let's actually just pause the chat for a sec. Let's have a look at some comments. That is.
No. Well, it should be a corner then, isn't it? It should be a corner then, isn't it? No, it should be a corner.
Yeah, but the audacity.
Bruno, stop it, bro.
The diving is mad. Right, let's have a look at some of the chat.
I'd give that.
For a second. I'm sure you would. You'd have given the first one as well. Right, Ben White is better than Harry Maguire, someone said.
No doubt.
That's good for
No, that's not even close.
That's true. We were talking about Maguire earlier.
You lot say that now, and then when he had a bad season next year, what did we spend 15 million on Liverpool?
No, but the
only thing Ben White's got over Harry Maguire is the fact that he costs 30 million less, so there's less pressure.
No, but can I say, right, that when you guys signed Harry Maguire, coming off the back of his England performance, I was like, you know what? I'll take him at Arsenal. I actually said that.
I wish you did.
But
me too.
Seeing him now, man, having a chance to look at him up close and personal since he's been playing for you, he's not that good. I mean, you may have seen it. El Mohammedi, his former Hull teammate.
Yeah, but...
No, what I thought he said was quite telling insofar as he's saying that, listen, man, we were not surprised. People who play with him, he's not that good.
Wow.
So for a fellow professional to come out and say that...
But the thing is, when we say not that good and Manchester United level, it's two different things. Because the reality is, before he joined Manchester United, he was in the England side. Since he's been at Man United, he's been in the England side, and he was very good at the Euro tournament. So we're not going to just... Because he's having a bad season, because this is his first bad season at Man United, by the way, and therefore probably his first bad season in England for like at least 4 years or so. We're not going to start saying he's never been good. That's ridiculous.
No, I'm not saying
were trying
that.
to buy him. Man City were trying to buy him. Like
I already said I would have taken him at Arsenal. But what I'm saying is,
he was never good. And
I'm not saying that. But I'm saying some of his frailties, man. Some of his shortcomings are very real.
Yeah, 100%.
The lack of pace, his judgment at times. His reactions under pressure. It could be that playing for a club like United, I've always said this.
As I said earlier before you came, and the captaincy armband is weighing down on him.
Exactly.
It's weighing down on him. I think that alone that didn't help him. And it's not helping now because we're talking about, at the beginning you talk about...
Dare I say, if Ben White was at Arsenal and they gave him the captaincy, he might be suffering similar...
Especially how the first half of your season went. Because all the screwing you'll be on him. Why is he the captain? Obba's there, Lacazette's there, etc. There's more experienced players, better players.
Abbi might not appreciate this, but when you're at a big club and
wow, taking me out already.
The scrutiny. No, I'm only joking. But
I agree. I totally agree.
Tottenham's the same. I
have to say, look, Hugo Lloris has always been our captain for the last 10 years or so. But it's weird because for years when Toby and Jan were there, I never thought of Lloris as our captain. I always thought it was
I mean, even to this day, a lot of people still think that Kane captain or something like that.
And it's weird because
I don't see Kane as a natural leader though.
Neither do I.
Well, like we said, that goes back to what we said about the changing room. Like, I think that they have a very different voice inside than they do.
True.
But
I don't like centre forwards as captains.
But sometimes you just give the captain armband to the best player or the most experienced
Arsenal
player.
did. That's what Arsenal
When he's got the captain.
Aubameyang, same thing.
It's like, best player, most experienced, but been there the longest, given the captain's armband.
By the way, where's Pogba tonight?
On the bench.
Dropped.
Mind you, he was poor.
We're going to have the Pogba debate, but let's just go through some super chats before I get told I never read any chats. Victor Lang said, big up to all you guys. Neeks, we will win this game. Let's go, Man
Big up my guy,
United.
Victor.
Amir said, Maguire is a GOAT, first defender to create no-look defending. White is 10 times better than Maguire. Cristiano Ronaldo sells underwear. Okay, thank you for telling us.
What do you buy there?
Maybe
While you're there, get your toner.
Get your toner and your deodorant. De Gea looks nervous standing there next to Atletico's striker Maguire. People really hating. Titus Shambles, I think he meant Titus Bramble, but I like to play on words. Was better than Harry Maguire. Someone said, where's Laurie? Laurie is now here. This was earlier.
Who's that?
Grizzly said, where's Laurie?
I'm here, man.
He's here
Live and direct.
Plastic United fans. I just have to read that one out.
That's cute.
Yes, me, polyester.
People are funny. Someone says, stop comparing Maguire to centre backs. You guys are deluded. Maguire is a seasoned goal threat.
You know what we'll say about Maguire as well is that is it me, but everything seems to have gone downhill for him ever since that Turkey debacle. Remember that? Was it Turkey?
Greece
debacle. Sorry to all the Turkish people out there, but
it's been. I think started because that was the last season, wasn't it? Last summer.
Yeah.
Start of that season was very bad after that Turkey thing. Then he scored against
Greece.
Sorry, Greece. Yeah. We lost 6-1 to them lot. There's a few other poor results, and it was a terrible transfer windows where everything was bad. And again, he's the captain, so the scrutiny is on him. I don't think he dealt with it. But then, as we improved, he improved. As I said, he's a very confidence player, and as a captain, you can't be that reliant on like your emotion. When you're down on confidence, everything falls apart because you need to be, despite whatever's going on at the club, and you need to be leading the troops. And he doesn't have that about him. And
so who would you like to see given the captaincy?
That's a free kick.
If you could.
For me, of the players that we've got now, I would give it to Bruno. Give it to Bruno. Yeah, I think he's a lot of the time he's the leader on the pitch. The only reason I wouldn't give it to Ronaldo.
Well, he talks the most.
Yeah. The only reason I wouldn't give it to Ronaldo is because it's a short term. I mean, Ronaldo may be going to end the season.
What about you? Would you?
I don't know if I'd give it to Bruno. I genuinely don't know who I'd give it to. Probably De Gea.
David De Gea.
Just because
goalkeeper is captain now.
I'm not the biggest fan of that either. But at the same time, he's been the most consistent over the time he's been at the club. Yeah. I think he's got the respect of everybody.
What about that man there?
Ronaldo? I'd love Ronaldo to be a captain, but that's if he's there for 3 years or more. But that's not going to happen. He's probably going to retire at 40, so that's fine. I don't think he'll stay at United till 40 anyway, which is also okay. So yeah, David De Gea.
Go on.
Pretty sure Maguire just clattered him.
On that Greece thing, I feel like obviously he was being scrutinised beforehand anyway. That just magnified it,
exacerbated it.
Times a million. It was like, well, you did this in Greece, we're going to get onto you even more because we don't want you here, we don't like you. And the fans made it even worse. So even when it does sound like the own goal, we spoke about it earlier against Spurs, he had a good game. But because he scored that own goal.
Can I be honest though, when that thing happened, when that thing went down in Greece, I think a lot of clubs would have stripped him of the captaincy,
Maybe so, but I can't even remember what was happening. Wasn't it? I can't actually remember
what exactly
what happened.
He got involved in some nightclub brawl, and then he was accused of trying to bribe.
Yeah.
That's a serious offence.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he did it because we don't.
This is what I'll say,
but it's a serious.
Where me and you come from, Laurie, we don't trust the police. I'm just saying. Like, we can't just take their word for it. So I don't know what happened. We can only take Maguire's word versus the police. And then what's happened since then is there'll be no charge. So we can say they may have stripped him if it happened. But we can't also sit and say it did happen, therefore.
No, but I think even if it didn't happen, the fact that we do know he got into a brawl, we know he got arrested. A lot of clubs would have said, boy, you brought the club into disrepute.
Yeah, that's fair.
See, stripping him, for me, suggests that he did wrong. Now, he may have done wrong, but the argument that we heard was that it was something to do with I think a woman in his family, and he was protected.
That's
where it came
that's-
from.
yeah.
That's what we heard. So again, I wasn't there. I don't know, but. What may have been good, not necessarily stripping, but to take the captaincy away from to take him out of the limelight.
Yeah. That's what I was going to.
So, because to strip suggests you've done something wrong, therefore we're punishing you.
Relieving
all the captaincy may have been a better thing to say. You know what? You just need to focus on your football because there's a lot going on, and I think he hasn't been focused on his football.
I reckon he'll score for you tonight. I feel like there's been so much talk about him.
Refs gives it everything, man. The refs giving everything.
Well,
this is one of the
Where's
most.
I'm sure it'll come. I'm sure it'll come, Han.
And suddenly he's okay. Yeah.
I'm sure it'll come.
Nothing will happen to him.
Right, so Maguire being captain for United sums them up recently.
All right, what's a knock on the back of it?
They bumped heads.
Let's have a look and see what else he's saying. By the way, we are doing a poll, guys. We're saying who's going to make the quarterfinals. So make sure you go and vote. I'm going to vote Atletico Madrid in here.
Damn.
Wait, what's the poll? Who's going to win or who do you want to win?
Who's going to win the game? Yeah, who's going to progress? Who's going to progress to the next one? I've put a bet on Maguire scoring the first goal for Atletico. These people are funny.
And you know, on top of that is the fact that he's got the 80 million price tag.
Yeah.
So you got the 80 million price tag. You're English. You're captain of the biggest club in the country. Like, you can't put a foot wrong. You cannot put a foot wrong.
But to be fair to him, there is the so-called English tax on it.
Yeah.
But that's why when Man City pulled out of it, they said, it's gone a bit too high now. And Man United were like...
That's what I'm saying about Maguire. You had like Pep, who, let's face it, he knows a player, innit? He wanted him.
But that's what I'm saying. So El Mohammed is saying what he said. Okay, cool. But do you know more about football than Pep? Like, do you? Like, come on, man.
No, I guess it's just his opinion, having played with him. You know what I mean? I think he's, in a way, I mean, it's two ways of looking at it. You can think, he's shitting on a guy.
There's a lot of clout chasing.
He's being very honest.
There's a lot of clout chasing where people know that Maguire's name and talking about him in that certain way is going to get
like clickbait.
traction.
Yeah.
No one's talking about.
When's the last time you heard of El Mohammed?
Yeah, no one's about El Mohammed.
Until now. And then El Mohammed.
He's still come up in the pub quiz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Like one of those really random ones. Who played for like Millwall, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Doncaster Rovers.
Yeah, we should do that. That's definitely going to come up in
We've actually played well. Like, considering how bad we played in the first leg, and Atletico were creating good chances.
Yeah.
Davide has one save to make from long range.
So you're happy with how you started? I mean, we're already half an hour in, to be fair.
I think we played right so far.
I must admit, I did join the stream late, but it's been fairly easy to see since I've been here that United have been the better side so far. But then it's still a long way to go. And you know how these guys play, they're very conservative.
Yeah.
They're not going to come and rush you.
No, they're not.
I mean, they're looking to steal something. So
I think there's definitely. I just can't see you guys keeping a clean sheet. I can't see them keeping a clean sheet.
Clean sheet already, isn't it?
Well, so far I can't see it though. Right, what else is in the chats? Ronaldo will be gone after this, from Hemel, who said that. K1 said Tottenham never getting to a Champions League final until maybe 2025. I mean, that's actually not that long away, so if that was the case, that's fine by me. I think...
I'll take that.
2025, that's not far.
I think that was supposed to be offensive, but actually I really will take that if that's the case.
Me and Robbie went to Arsenal's last Champions League appearance in the final.
You must
that was
have been
2006.
Yeah, there you go, you were.
That's like...
How old were you in 2006? How old were you in 2006?
I wouldn't like to say.
Me, I was 15. You
were 15.
I remember watching that game because obviously I got to school in London. I'm from London. As a Man United fan, a lot of Arsenal fans, my friends Arsenal fans, and I'm sitting there at the edge of my sofa like this, watching the game, and obviously Arsenal 1-0 up. I'm like, I can't go to school tomorrow.
No, I can't leave my house.
And when Eto scored the equaliser. Yeah. I just passed off and I was like, alright, game done. So there were 10 men, boss, like, even if it wasn't like proper tiki-taka.
You're taking the mick.
A goal against the run of play. He's offside. He's offside.
Please say he's offside.
You were cut open there though, bro.
You were completely.
Where's Maguire?
See.
I'm sure it's his fault.
Yeah, I think it's tagged the ball in the back of the net, but that is offside. But like I said, you're not going to keep clean sheet.
He's a player, this guy.
He's
brilliant. Quick.
Brilliant.
Let's have another look at that.
Right,
where's Maguire? Out of position.
It's the right winger. He's offside. Yeah, he's offside.
Yeah, he's offside.
Yeah.
But let that be a warning to
but
you
interestingly,
guys.
it's not like United played for that. I think it's just a misjudgment by the Atletico player. There's a difference.
And he didn't need to. There's so much space in front of him. We got lucky there.
João Felix.
That's the thing. They haven't really created anything, but all it takes is one moment.
Exactly.
This is what we were saying.
In the first game, Atletico dominated it, and we just had one moment.
And then we scored,
Elanga scores. We have to be careful.
At this level, that's what can happen, man.
Absolutely. Just Looking said, so you'd get Ten Hag instead. I'm assuming that's over Pochettino. A manager who's done nothing special aside from Ajax's run in the Champions League.
I'm going to finish what I was saying before.
Carry on.
So Zidane, my first choice, but we know he's not going to get there. I asked you a question about whether Ranieri's staying for extra year of Pochettino. The reason why I asked it is because the World Cup obviously finishes in December.
Yeah.
There may be a few managers available after that. Now, I don't know who we're talking to or what, but if there was an option of a Luis Enrique or even a Roberto Mancini, I know he managed Man City, but I would rather hold out for a 6 months or a season with Ranieri for another year. And if we can agree a deal with like a Luis Enrique, much more than getting Pochettino on a 4 or 5 or 3-4 year deal. Luis Enrique is a quality manager. Again, managed a big side in Barcelona, and he's doing very good with the inexperienced Spain side.
How do you feel about that, Kojo?
Enrique is not a bad shout. I mean, I do like him as a manager as well. I like his style of football as well. He's also someone that is not afraid to deviate from his plan A style of football. If he needs to get a result, you'll play another style. But
you want a new manager now?
It's not, because I need someone to come from the summer. I understand what you're saying.
No, I know what you mean.
But my worry about that is if we wait the 6 months with Ranieri and he's not given the license to do anything in the summer because we know he's not going to be pure manager again, and then this guy comes in January, or
it's wasted.
It's a waste of time. And January is the hardest time to get players.
But what if, right? Let's be honest. What if Rangnick was to win the Champions League? Then what would your thoughts be?
I don't want Ranieri to get the permanent.
But what if he did it?
No, I'm saying I don't want to get
League.
permanent. Even if he wins the Champions League,
he'd have a case for keeping the job, wouldn't he?
No, but he still wouldn't be my first choice to get a permanent role. If the manager of choice, our first choice manager, is not available in the summer, him winning the Champions League gives me even more reason to say, all right, keep him for another year until our first choice becomes available. But the plan is Ranieri as interim, 2-year consultancy. The same like we did when Oli was interim. Do not deviate from that plan. Because we deviated from the plan, and now we're back at the same plan that we had before Oli joined. Sporting director, and the sporting director will pick the manager. Let's stick to the plan. Because if the plan was well thought out at the time and then why deviate from it? Unless you're saying that you just said
although
it
would be
to get the
impossible
fans
to
on side.
ignore, wouldn't it?
If
the fact that he's coming like this and
if he was
got into the Champions League.
If he was the Champions League, he has to be plan C. Go for your plan A manager. If you can't get him, go for your plan B. Which I assume would be those two that we've been talking about already.
Probably.
If you can't get those guys, knowing Man United, there is no plan C. So make him plan C and stick with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you know what football
you don't
fans
want
are
a
like.
chaos situation. You don't want to be in a situation.
You know what football fans are. I mean, he's going to be there anyway, sporting director.
Yeah.
So
if
he wins the Champions League, a lot of United fans are saying, you know what, he deserves it. Give it to him.
Listen, if the option was Pochettino, over 50% of the fan base will say give it to him over Pochettino.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a split in the fan base.
There is a big split
between Poch, who like those
I
who
think
want
his stock took plummeting last week. Man.
And maybe it's unfairly, as we mentioned, in terms of just the PSG circus.
Yeah.
And maybe it is unfair because we've seen other managers come out on the side. But I don't want to be, I'm not sure if I want to be the experiment to see, is he the 9 out of 10 or is he the 1 out of 10? I don't know.
But you know what was interesting as well, right? And I know we keep harping back to this game, but if you remember, shout out to the two French, Svel and...
Svel and Parisian.
Yeah. Remember, even before the game started, they were saying, Pochettino out, we don't like him, he's not good enough. Them man was saying that before last week.
Right.
The way they imploded. You were both there.
Parisian's been saying
he was like
satisfied with.
No, he was saying, look, we want him gone.
But not just him. I think like Leonardo, they want gone. They want like a whole restructure.
They did not rate him one bit. They were saying, listen, man, we want him out. And I was quite surprised at how
Venomous.
Yeah, they made it absolutely clear. Win, lose or draw before that game. They were saying one and gone.
Wow.
And I thought that was quite an interesting thing.
Right, we've got a super chat here from Cal who said Don Robbie channel really going up these days, having Ian Wright and Andy Cole on as special guests.
I should have worn my. I'm going to get my glasses at half time. When I got my glasses, everybody always says that.
That is quite funny, actually.
But listen, for me to be compared to Ian Wright, I'll take that all day long. I'll take that.
Have you ever been told you like Ian Wright? Like,
Yeah, a lot of times, mate.
but on the street?
Yes,
Anyone never come up
on the
street?
stream. Even in supermarkets, I've been stopped. People say, "Oh, you look
Do you
just
say,
like
yeah,
Ian
you
Wright."
are? Do you
No,
like-
I wouldn't know. No,
Oh,
I don't push my luck.
absolutely, I'd milk it.
I don't push
I'll
my
be like,
luck.
yeah, sure, I'll sign your.
Abbi, I'm
I'll
not
sign
sure
yourself.
if anyone's going to mistake you for Ian Wright. You know?
No, not me. Right. But if someone thought I was someone, has anyone ever thought you were Andy Cole before?
No, unfortunately, no. I got more Colotori. But
You got to listen. When I had my little high top, I got the Colotori.
You got
Listen,
Colotori.
listen, so I was out in. It was at the Manchester derby when Pogba came back. So I was in Manchester, and fans came out, and I was filming, recording it.
Yeah.
And they just started singing Colo, yeah, you know that song.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm not gonna lie, I was just like, they're just being racist, innit? Black guy. Like, I thought, as I said in my head, I was like, whatever. I was out maybe the next week doing it again, and another set of fans. I said, damn, maybe I look like Colotori. So I went, I finished. I went and Googled. I was like, right, I look like Colotori. I was like, fair enough.
Did you have your glasses on at the time?
But I can't look at myself. Oh, when I was doing the thing. Yeah, I was on time.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
But you know
You should put your
what?
glasses on then.
You say there is a kind of similar
Let's have a
gait.
look.
But because I had,
Let's
I
see.
had a short high top at the time as well.
Yeah,
Because I
yeah,
can't tour
yeah,
rocking.
yeah.
Let's have a
I
look.
can
like,
see
you
why
know
though. Yeah, I can see
I
that.
used to work for
Yeah, I
Arsenal.
can see it.
Yeah, I can see as well.
I can see it. I
I
can
used
see
to work for
it.
Arsenal as a
Yeah, you had like a high top
Arsenal
on it.
community.
Oh, really?
As a
Yeah?
I can
coach,
see
that was my
it.
first coaching job. And
can see it.
when tickets were not sold out completely, they'll give us tickets to go and sit down as well. So we got tickets near enough to VIP bit.
They've scored now.
And
That one doesn't look like it's offside.
Lodi has tucked us away.
Wow, that move's dropped dramatically. I've
Against the run of play, it has to be said.
never heard Neeks so quiet.
Well,
1-0 Atletico.
Ronaldo's upset.
Ronaldo is
Who's he
not
upset with? The
happy.
referee or the defending?
That is just, it's poor defending. It's like,
You got a warning earlier, didn't you?
on the same side, down the same left-hand side.
Let's have another look at that.
What are they saying?
Are they saying it's a foul?
A foul on
They're saying it's a
Elanga.
foul on Elanga.
That's not a foul.
That's not a foul.
Not much.
No chance.
That's not a foul on Elanga.
He just lost balance and fell over. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's
happened
not a
here?
foul. And look at.
Oh, Maguire! It's
where did
exposed.
Maguire go? Okay. Oh, that
Mind
was
you,
back
they-
in.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
they took a long way to get to that.
Dallo's
point, didn't
not
they?
aware. He's not aware of
Yeah,
what
Yeah,
happened at
that's
all.
Dallo. You
It's
can't
just-
blame
it's
Maguire
just-
for that.
It's just like, it's open, it's easy.
Yeah, it's
Easy
far too
header.
easy.
It's a free
Well, that
header.
was nice football.
He was, you know what he was
football.
doing? It he was ball watching
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
picking the man
There
up.
you go. There's no like.
And he's
lack of
headed
awareness.
down as well. So it's
Clinical finish. Could De Gea have done better there?
Nah.
Beating at his near post.
I think that's a good
not-
finish.
But I mean,
He's beating at his near post,
listen,
bro.
you can protect the near post, but if he goes across the goal, then you're like,
Ragnick looks upset. What's that? There can't be much time to go to half time.
They're ball
It's
watching,
I
man.
think just on
Yeah.
40 minutes, 41 minutes. So that's really
that's just weak.
changed.
It's weak defending. Like,
Could De Gea have
Can't blame
done
Maguire,
better
though, for
there?
that one.
Would you reckon, Abby?
I don't know. I actually don't think he
'Cause it was
necessarily
on his
could.
near post.
I think it's.
He
I
didn't
think
even
it's
move.
a really good finish. He's like Nick said, he's
Yeah,
headed it
it
down.
was a good
It's-
finish.
You know, it's a good finish. I think the defending could absolutely be better, but I don't think that one really lies
it's
with
passive
De Gea.
defending. Everyone's passing it, and everyone's got space. The winger, I think, I don't know who was tucked in. I think it was Tellez. He got all that time to cross it. Then Dallo's tucked in, and Lodi has all the time to head it. It's just.
It's interesting in football that whenever there's a goal scored, right, even before you like congratulate the scorer, everyone's always looking for the mistake.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
Who's
that's-
where? Who didn't pick up who? Why did you close him
The
down?
way is if you're gonna step out as a centre back, it's not Maguire's total fault because Maguire and Dallo as well. But if you're gonna step out, you have to make sure you're
Yeah.
stepping out at the right time. He was so far part away from his defenders, and of course, when you go in and your defense goes to one side,
Then
the right back is also gonna tuck in as well.
Well, he's on the
Yeah.
left hand side, but it was the left. It was Tellez who probably came in. I think.
Yeah,
to-
exactly. But the ball kick, because the player was from that side, Dalot's going to naturally,
move across.
Move in, and it's like, well,
I'll tell you what I would say,
he has to be
though.
more aware. Absolutely. Turn around, look quickly, see what's behind you, because if you don't know what's behind
Because
you,
then Maguire still got back before the cross actually came in.
Yeah.
So when Maguire comes back in, then you have to spread.
So adjust yourself a little bit, but he didn't do that either.
Yes.
There's not many teams in Europe that you want to go a goal down to,
No.
Like Atletico.
I mean, we did go 1-1 last week, but yeah.
However,
once bitten, twice.
We've seen Liverpool fight back against Atletico. I know you guys aren't Liverpool, but it's not over until the final whistle.
No, Atletico's not the team they were 5 years ago. I mean, that must be worse. But
right, we did our poll and we said who makes the quarterfinals out of this game, and it finished off Atletico Madrid with 52% and Manchester United with 47%.
close.
Pretty
Close.
That's
Pretty
close.
close.
Yeah,
And that
I
was
think
before the goal as well.
That's close, yeah.
Valentine said United should get Didier Deschamps as manager after the World Cup is over. He's a proven winner.
No thanks.
No? Okay, why?
Boring football.
Boring football? You can't have it all. Can't have it all.
Can't.
Can't.
I wouldn't say the football now is particularly exciting, though, is it?
Oh, you want me to read the comments? Guys, if there's any comments about me, I'm going to block you. Champions of the world, I see that one. Blocked. No, I'm joking, I'm not going to block you.
Yeah, so when I used to work for Arsenal in the community, and I was watching the game, and towards the end of the game, one of the fans came up to me and was like, "Hi, excuse me." It's like, "Yo, excuse me, what's up? Are you Colatore's son?" I was like, "No, but why?" Because you really look like him. I was like, "All right, cool." And then as we're leaving, I think, I don't know, she told people or whatever, but people just kept coming to me, "Colo, you look like him, man. Let's take a picture." I could tell my son I met Colatore today. I'm like, "No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. It's all right." It's all right, thanks.
That's funny. The comment here from Amir says United should get Rooney as a manager. The best thing Rooney done.
Second time.
Second time with
Derby.
But the best thing Rooney done was not take the Everton job.
Facts.
Because he could see that was he was gonna hide into nothing right there.
No, because he knows he's going to get that job one day.
Oh, yeah, and there's no rush.
Exactly.
And look at Lampard. I'm not saying it's his fault they're going down, but when they
If
do
they
go,
go down.
if they do go down, obviously when they go down, he's gonna get a lot of stick.
Who, Frank Lampard?
Yeah.
I think it won't get another top job for quite
Who has to
some
bring
time.
someone up into the
No,
top
I think
into
he
the
will.
Premier League.
I think he went way too soon from Derby, in my opinion, and I don't
Yeah,
think.
only 1 year at Derby.
I don't think he'd get a
yeah.
job
I
straight
don't
away
think
at
Everton will
another
go
Premier
down,
League club. I don't know.
Have you seen their fixtures?
They've got tough
They have got
running.
I think they've got like 2 games that I say, Everton should win it. That don't mean they're going to win
And
it.
also, it's home or away. I know they have fair better at home, but at the same time, when you're in that relegation kind of scrap and you've got no confidence, it's really hard to get
No, that's a
yourself
good
out
point.
of it.
I think they've just got.
But I think there might be 3 teams worse than them. I mean, Watford
and
have
they got
gone.
free games in hand as
Yeah,
well.
Watford have
Watford,
gone.
Norwich.
Norwich have gone.
But I
and
don't.
reckon- Good
Get
shot. Who
Norwich
was
out
that?
here.
That was
Get-
Bruno.
get-
That was
Oh,
a
that
Bruno,
came from
isn't
your
it?
soul, that one.
Get Norwich out here, please.
The way it swerved, I thought it was going
From your
in.
soul.
Come on, boys.
Was that Bruno, wasn't it?
Yeah, Bruno.
Yeah. I need a top delivery here, man. Come on. Hey.
Thanks.
Only positive comments about United getting read out
Let's
from
see
here
if-
on in. Go on. Go on.
Half time.
Time. Akshay said Madrid will now park the bus. Whiskey Hotel said, would United take Simeone? That's a question to the floor.
Would I take Simeone?
Kojo's really thinking about that
I
one.
am thinking about it.
Listen, would I take Simeone over Poch? 'Cause that's what I'm looking at. Because again, Simeone's my first choice.
Pop
Poch
over
or
Ten Hag
Simeone?
as well.
No, I would have taken him over Ten
I don't
Hag.
think-
Yeah, no.
I don't think that would work at United. I don't think that
think
level
so
of
either.
football.
I don't think so either.
United are
When
known-
you're down bad, you start considering all kind of options. And Simeone's a good manager.
I don't think that's a good
they're
fit.
current
And
champions,
not only
man.
that, I don't think he'd come to England. I just don't see him coming to England.
Rizwan mentioned Hansi Flick.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
what I'm
wow.
saying.
Absolutely.
After the World Cup, certain managers might just become available.
Yeah, but when Hansi Flick's only been in Germany for what, like?
And if he wins the World Cup, he might say, my job's done.
Well, actually, considering where Germany were, they didn't have great Euros, did they?
No.
Maybe so. But I think that if you take that big job
Yeah.
of like doing
Your
your
country.
country, that you're looking at like 3 to 5 year plan minimum, 3 to 6 year plan really. So I think maybe not on that one. But what's his other name that I can't remember? Who went to Bayern?
Nagelsmann.
Thank you. Was that be someone that you guys would look at?
He would have been. I just can't see him being prized away from Bayern at this stage.
No, I can't either.
But it's definitely someone I'd look at.
I can't. Champion of the world said, Neeks, don't block me, I will cry. Who Davis said, so harsh on Lampard, Everton are so badly run. So, okay, are we being too harsh on Everton?
No, on Lampard, you mean?
On Lampard?
Lampard, sorry.
That's the reason why I don't think okay, hypothetically speaking, if they go down, I don't think they'll sack him. They'll allow Lampard to give him a chance to take him back up, and I reckon, given his name in football, given the kind of celebrated figure that he is, the attention will be more on the board, and people will say, well, they were down before
he walked into.
Exactly. It was rotten before he came in.
And it's true, it was. But you bring in someone at that stage of the season because you want them to turn it around.
True.
Now, if they go down, it's not his fault. I would never say that. It's the Everton's board fault, really, why they went down. And you have to put on the players as well. But he didn't do the job he was signed for. Because he wasn't brought in 5 games to go. We know we're going down, but we want you to bring us back up. He was brought in to arrest the slide, and he hasn't been able to do that. It's like Roy Hodgson going in at Watford. Now, of course, we know he was retired, blah, blah, blah.
Now, that was a strange appointment.
Yeah, but it's like he's brought in for a certain job, and if he doesn't do it, I mean, he's probably gone anyway. But it's like, all right, you didn't do the job, we'll get it.
That appointment was, don't you think that was strange, Abbi?
Yeah, I do. I do
Roy
think that
Hodgson,
was.
I mean,
but I think it's one of the things that you can't really get a more experienced manager, and Watford are always going to sack their managers, so it's not.
But he's retired.
Well, he obviously just felt like he was a bit bored, and he thought he'd take it.
It's a payday for him. It's like, well,
yeah, but if you're Watford, to me, that shows a real lack of ambition. That.
Oh yeah, but they're not an ambitious club.
But then they're not. They're happy to keep coming up and down. Right, it is half time, so let's just pause the chat for a sec because we've got the wheel. Have you noticed the wheel? Have you played the wheel before?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're going to do the wheel.
That didn't go great last time for me.
We are going to do the wheel. However, we'll be back in a moment while we get the wheel ready. So we'll see you in a sec. Let's get that wheel.
Yes, people, welcome back to DR Sports. This is the Saturday football show. Get it! Oh, come on! Oh my God, it's 2-0 Newcastle apparently.
Before we lose tomorrow, got to celebrate something today.
Look who's joined. We're finally second half. He's ready. He's here. Don Robbie, how are we doing, mate?
Hey, Matisse, you know what? At my son's game today, we did a look. Oh, let's see. We did a little.
Oh wow!
For the bridge. There you go. Where else should we get? We got £1.
There's the transfer budget. Look at that.
£1.62.
Yes! Come on! There's a goal at Turf Moor, and it's 2-0 to Chelsea. Yes! With a big full-time at St James's Park, baby. Get in! Up the mags! Up the Premier League mags!
As that's you can tell. He's alive.
Yeah, he's alive.
Good afternoon and welcome back to DR Sports for another edition of the Saturday Football Show. There's been a goal at the Amex!
2-0 Newcastle, baby!
Massive goal at the Amex!
Yes!
Newcastle, not only do they win away from home in the Premier League, but they keep a clean sheet as well. What a result! The result has been confirmed at Old Trafford. Manchester United 0, Watford 0.
I don't think United will get fourth, but Ronaldo being Ronaldo.
The times of Messi and Ronaldo dragging their teams through the rounds, I think it's over now.
There's been a goal!
Welcome back, everybody, and this is the wheel of misfortune, fortune, whatever you want to call it. Kojo, you've played the wheel before?
I have.
Okay, Neeks, you have not played the wheel before?
I have not.
Laurie has played the wheel before.
I've played it before, yeah.
Okay, so for anyone who has not played the wheel before or seen the wheel before, we have prizes up for grabs. So we have darts, so you have 3 attempts to obviously hit the bullseye. Can't be anywhere else, has to be the bullseye for a total of £50. We have Rival Love, which is my favourite, which no one's landed on yet, that I've been here for. And it's where you have to say something nice about your rival team. So that would obviously be Manchester City in your case. Or Liverpool.
Choking
or
up.
Liverpool. Or Liverpool.
Boy.
We have golf, we have our mini golf, and the same applies. You've got to hit 2 out of 3 of the putts to get 50 quid. Or we have trivia, which will be a question on any Champions League thing. Could be any team, anything, and then you'll have to get the answer. If you get it right, you get 50 quid. So, would you like me to spin the wheel, or would you like to do it yourself?
Let me spin the wheel.
Oh, go on, have yourself a little go.
Oh, whatever you do, please don't land on darts.
Last week I literally lost one in the wall.
108.
I lost them on the floor.
Gonna spin.
Let's go.
Golf.
Golf. Okay. So,
All right.
head on over
You've
to our
got to
golf
do
section.
You go first then.
Tiger Woods impression.
So how's it go?
You've got to hit
Go.
2 out of 3 balls,
It's a bit.
which ties in nicely to our Manscaped balls tonight.
Neeks lines up on the 18th at Augusta. This for the green jacket.
Oh.
You are 1 step closer to £50, my friend.
I've got to say that's quite impressive. Have you played golf before?
I have been to Top Golf.
I haven't been there for years. I really want to go
I
now.
haven't been for about 5 years now.
Ooh.
They used to do really good hot dogs there.
I haven't tried them before. Good?
Yeah, but I haven't been for ages, so now I really want to go and have
I
one.
gotta do like Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Someone get the magnet under the grass. All right.
Big moment. We need some music
This-
to this.
For the £50.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da.
Ooh.
Unlucky.
Unlucky.
Either
I
side.
think I've been robbed. I think there's a
Unfortunately,
see there's a divot. There's a divot.
you can't blame Harry Maguire for that. Off you go, Kojo.
Alright.
Give yourself a spin.
Oh, I have to spin as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Well, unless you want me
You've got
to
to
spin.
spin first.
Yeah, you've got to see and spin what you land on. Would you like some popcorn?
Okay.
You gave it a good go. Popcorn?
I want your popcorn.
Uh-huh. More for
Alright,
me.
let's go for this.
Yay! Finally someone landed on Rival Love.
What's that?
Rival love.
Oh,
That's pink.
Oh my days.
Better you than me.
So, Kojo,
I don't even earn money for this one.
I'm going to give you a choice.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a choice. You can have Manchester City or Liverpool.
Can we do it, do? You pick for me, Laurie. You pick for me. Man City or Liverpool? Have a choice.
Man City.
Man City. Alright, cool.
Easy.
That's looking for the
City.
camera and do
You've
this.
got to go right up. You've got to say it lovingly. Make love to the camera.
Okay.
Not literally.
Okay, where do I begin? Okay, something nice about Man City. Firstly, you are in the same city as the biggest club in the country. That's
No.
beautiful. I think you should really revel in the fact that you want to be another Manchester United. That's a beautiful thing. There's nothing wrong with that. Secondly, on your screen, the graphic for the Blue Moon, that's beautiful. The song, not so much, but the graphic is stunning. Absolutely stunning. You do have a nice stadium. Phil Foden is a lovely footballer. You spend a lot of money. You're obviously very rich. That's a good thing as well. And blue is not too bad a colour. I mean, you know, I do prefer red, but blue is not too bad. So, yeah.
That was quite nice. Yeah, that was quite good because you only need to say one thing and you said about 10.
There's one
right.
thing. You did Rival love, innit? I thought you had that. That's awful. Caress them.
Caress them, butter them up, all that stuff. Laurie, do you want to have a go?
Yeah, I'll
Spin
have a
the
go.
wheel.
I'll have a go.
Have you
Hope I
ever
don't
said
get
anything nice
rival
about
love.
Tottenham? Have you ever said anything nice about Tottenham?
Very
Off air.
occasionally.
Off air, he does sometimes.
Only that Abby supports them.
Yeah. Ah.
Trivia.
Trivia.
Oh,
Nice.
Okay, take a seat.
This could be potentially embarrassing for me.
Right. Okay. This one I feel like you may know, so I'm going to go this one. In which year did Manchester City move from their old ground of Main Road to the City of Manchester Stadium?
You're not going to give me no options?
No, I can't. Purely, do you know what? Purely for the fact that I don't actually have any. I don't have any.
From Main Road to...
I also don't have the answer.
I feel like I know the answer to this one.
I think I know.
It disgusts me that I do, but I feel like I know it. Try to remember.
I can make up some options.
No. Don't give him no.
2005.
I'll let you know as soon as I get.
I think it's earlier than that.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm gonna go 2001.
I'm going 2003.
Correct.
In 2003?
2003.
I knew it was after the Commonwealth Games. But when was the Commonwealth Games?
2002.
Obviously after 2003.
Oh, 2002, I thought 2000. Okay.
2003. So, congratulations. Maybe you win 50 quid. You have to, we'll have to discuss that because it wasn't
After that
technically a
rival
question.
love,
No, the question is he actually a Man City fan? Because he gave them all that love and he knows exactly when they moved to...
That is very true.
I'm a Man City fan, as I'll sit here wearing the 1999.
So he can be
Beautiful
mistaken
shot,
as Andy Cole.
Shot, you know.
Right, I'm going to have a spin
My
on
tag
the
team with
wheel.
Dwight York was beautiful.
Have you got tattoos with Dwight York?
Oh no, absolutely not. You gonna spin it?
I'm going to have a spin.
Go for it.
Oh,
Rival.
no. I should have spun now.
And you've got the central camera on. This is perfect.
This could be interesting.
Oh yeah.
Because you know what everyone says
Can I pick Chelsea?
people are going to click this, you know that, don't
Can I
you?
technically pick Chelsea? Do I have
No,
to
it
pick
has to be
Arsenal?
Arsenal.
I gave you options.
Has to be Arsenal.
Although sometimes I do get the impression that you hate Chelsea more than Arsenal. Is that?
Sometimes I do.
Not today though.
No, but a lot of Spurs fans have said.
I really, really hate
Dele
Chelsea.
Alli said that when he was at
I do
Tottenham.
hate
He said he
Chelsea.
hated
Okay,
the
so
rivalry
is
was
it-
more intense with Chelsea than
Is it
Arsenal.
Chelsea or Arsenal then? What are we
And I
saying?
really hate both equally, but if I'm looking at you would say a North London rival. So, with that in mind,
And not just one thing either.
You go
Shower
Give
them
me
with
like 5
blessings.
things. Give me like 5 things.
5.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
She's struggling to get one. You know, like five.
I think that Arsenal have some nice people in their fan base, like Don Robbie, like Laurie, like Pippa,
Hey.
That's nice.
like Charlene, and everyone else. If I missed out a lot of people, you know who I mean. Everyone in this building most of the
All the
time.
AFTV crew.
All the AFTV lot. I think that Saka and Smith Rowe are very talented, good players. I look forward to seeing
That's
them
actual
for
facts.
England
That's facts.
as the years go on. I hope they're successful for England, however, not for Arsenal. No, God. I used to think you had a nice stadium, but it's not anymore, so I'm not worried about it. But there is a compliment in
Got
there.
a shinier one.
Got a
now.
nice,
Yeah.
shiny new one now.
Built by the same people, I might add.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's
I
built by
believe
the
so.
same people.
Yeah, you are brothers. Man.
Oh wow! How am I going to get to 5? I don't really like the colour red. I just don't.
They do have white on their shirt. You can
Yeah, I
compliment
like the white patches on your shirt.
There you go.
And I also did quite like Gunnosaurus, so I didn't think he deserved to get let go of during COVID. And I'm glad that was sorted out. There we go.
Yeah.
You really can dig
I'm
deep,
impressed
can't
that you managed to get 5 things, but you did.
really can dig deep. Chelsea, I think, would have been a lot harder than that. I think that's why I ended up going.
Talking of Chelsea, what are they on, man?
That's a
What
disgrace.
are they
The
doing?
dole, actually.
And you know what it is, right? I was saying this in. I did a podcast with Coppish TV because we got the big game with them tomorrow. Shout out to Drifty and those guys.
Callum,
You're saying like with what's happened to Chelsea, we were trying not to laugh at them as a club because of the fans and that. We did have a laugh at them, but now we had the initial laugh with what happened. There was almost a certain degree of empathy.
Because you
for
wouldn't
them.
want it to happen to your
Yeah,
club.
because you're
kind of thing.
thinking, you feel sorry for some of the good fans there. You don't want the club to get totally destroyed, yeah? And then they come out and do something like this. Then you think to yourself, you know what, you lot are just, what are you doing?
I haven't said nothing really bad about Chelsea, man. When I saw that, I said,
right, you know what, you lot deserve it.
Because forget anything else about whether or not it's a bit, you put yourself in this position. You're trying to take, food out of Middlesbrough's
Exactly.
Look at lowly Middlesbrough in the Championship.
May we pause this conversation for 1 second because we are about to re-kick back off, and just remind everyone that today's Gameday Live is brought to you by Manscaped, the world leader in below the waist grooming. Landscape your lower half by using the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Use the code DRSports at checkout for an amazing 20% off your order and free shipping at manscaped.com, and the link is in the description. You missed it before. We did a whole demonstration.
Oh, really?
We did.
I
did. We
sounds a bit-
razored, deodorized and lotioned and toned, and now these lovely
I was
men
going to
are
ask if
looking lovely.
Manscaped do a women's version, a woman's
Womanscape.
Oh,
version.
please. Let's if
Because maybe they ought to, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, yeah. Actually, no. Kojo didn't say it. Sorry, Neeks said that he would happily plug that. Didn't you?
Oh, really? I
Sorry,
bet you would.
I said if it was like vibrators of this, you said you.
Oh,
you
I
did.
said,
Elanga!
I did.
That was a brilliant piece of play there by Elanga.
I mean, look. At least you come out the blocks flying.
I'm not going to say we're unlucky to be 1-0 down because
that was actually a very good piece of play.
But because we are kind of master of our own downfalls, it was very slack defending. But we haven't played bad.
Yeah.
We haven't played. Did he get a touch on that?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
No. It's just what somebody should have been following in on that, though. Really, shouldn't
To
they?
come in and
Yeah. Where was Ronaldo?
Give him a break. 37. No, yeah, but we haven't played bad. I think obviously it's 1-1 the first leg. Most people kind of said 50-50 in terms of this leg. We saw from the poll that, you know, even though there's probably a heavy Arsenal bias in there, it was still 53-47 or
Why
so.
would you say Arsenal bias?
Well, because, you know, DR Sports and you lot paying your cronies to get into the comments. They do, pay your cronies. All I can do, you know, Victor Lang and Robbie Singh, Man United boys in there.
Yeah.
They're struggling. The rest of it, no Man United fans in there. But, you know, big up yourselves in there.
But you know, it's you've got off to a decent start. Can you? Because like I said before, with Atletico Madrid, they are masters at this type of football. So if you can break them down and get another goal, you'd have been doing very well. But that was a very good start.
It was.
It was a good start. Anything else in the chats here? We've got Neville Cologne, 19, who said Arsenal 0, Liverpool 4 tomorrow, inshallah. And I back that all the way.
No chance.
Let's hope so.
No chance.
Let's hope
Bruno
so.
needs to be careful before he don't get booked. Because he's complaining about every decision.
However, Issa
But
Mohammed
that's
said
Bruno,
Arsenal are going to win tomorrow.
I don't think we'll lose tomorrow. I don't think we'll lose.
Okay.
Go on, move.
You lot think your title challenge, isn't it?
Holly said, done well there, Abby. Proper dug deep for that one. I really did have to dig deep. Holly, and shout out to you. She's a great content creator as well. Super chat from Isaiah who said, Chelsea fan and I just give up ethically in the mud. So yeah, sorry, going back to what you guys were talking about before we had to manscape it up. What do you make of the whole Chelsea? What do you make, Kojo, of it?
I mean, firstly, they're a joke club. So basically, their hustle is if we're not making money, you won't either. Which is, I get that. That's like a James St. Patrick power sort of move. But this is football, and you know, if you guys didn't have an owner that was involved in such things, almost then, you know. But
good defending there.
You can't expect Middlesbrough to play a game behind closed doors because things are not going well for you.
Right?
Exactly.
Why should they?
Let them make their money. You continue to suffer.
Yeah.
And that's it. Simple as that. Because if the foot was on, if the shoe was on the other foot,
Chelsea wouldn't do it.
Hell no.
Absolutely.
Hell no.
And why even propose that? Like for what reason? That's obviously because Chelsea can't have away fans in the ground, right?
They call it about compromising stuff like the integrity or something. I'm like, you are the last club.
What would compromise integrity?
Yeah.
If they want integrity, go and call Kurt Angle. We don't want, you know what I'm saying? Like, no.
What will compromise integrity is punishing Middlesbrough as a club for something that Chelsea are being punished for.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's compromising integrity.
Exactly.
Okay, and are we hoping there's further sanctions on Chelsea?
No, I don't hope for anything. Like I wasn't saying that, you know, not to get political, but I wasn't, you know, shouting from the rooftop saying Chelsea must be sanctioned. Blah blah. I'm not in all that. They have been sanctioned, and they kind of have to accept it. They have to accept what the UK government has said, because they're operating within the realms of the law of the UK government, and the UK government are not friends with Russia right now. You know, if they become friends with Russia, then you
don't you think that's slightly hypocritical?
No, it is. I'm not going to get into the whole politics of it.
Because they allowed Abramovich a free reign, and now all of a sudden this thing's kicked off in Russia.
No, listen, and the UK as an economy has been benefiting from Russia in terms of the oil price, all that kind of stuff. But now they're not friends, and you know, it's like, you know, you're playing out on the street with your friends, and you know, I'm taking my ball home. Yeah, and the UK said, I'm taking my ball home. We don't want to be friends anymore.
I totally think that they should be sanctioned for, you know, not necessarily Chelsea, but Roman Abramovich. However, is it not a bit hypocritical when you have clubs that are owned by Saudi state, and I think Eddie Howe didn't obviously want to answer the question. It's not Eddie Howe's job to answer the question. Yeah. But there's 81 beheadings or something.
Executions.
Sorry,
and dare I
executions.
say it, there's a lot of owners. I mean, if we're going to get all ethical about this.
Is
it
not a bit
I don't think there's an ethical.
at times?
There can't be an ethical billionaire out there. For you to become a billionaire, someone's been effed over somewhere for you to get there. That much money, someone's been effed over.
Absolutely.
So how far does the rabbit hole go? And at the moment, it stops at.
That being said, to be fair to the British government, if you are virtually sort of in a cold war with Russia, then obviously they're going to do that.
Yeah, politically and socially, it makes sense why they're doing it. But I think what Chelsea need to be careful because they've been given when a business is also when somebody's been sanctioned, usually all their business is frozen.
Yeah.
Chelsea's been given a special dispensation to actually continue to operate because of what the club means, etc., in terms of the society. To then try and basically pull a fast one. You're trying to get give you an inch, take a mile.
That was so
at the expense of Middlesbrough.
That was so poor for them. It's almost fathoms belief.
Like,
Seriously,
I can't even praise them that they withdrew their.
No,
they should never have done it in the first place.
No, they only did that because of the sort of universal condemnation there. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you saw some of the comments that Steve Gibson, who's the chairman of Middlesbrough, made. He was he couldn't have been more scathing. Oh!
Hey, man.
I don't why is he moaning? It was your mistake.
Because
it was De Gea's mistake.
I was playing around like this. That's why.
No, but look, he just
poor kick.
No, but he had time to do. But oh god, that is unbelievable. De Gea kicks it to the Atletico Madrid guy. He shoots, forces him into a save, and then you're blaming the defender.
Put like this. Maguire was playing around with it, but De Gea should have done much better. But what's going to happen? What's going to happen? That's so weird. Nothing happened there.
You're going to see a lot of this with Atletico.
No, what I'm going to say is that
that's what they do. They're going to
a
frustrate
lot of people
the
on
hell
social
out
media right now are blaming Maguire for that situation, especially because of David De Gea's reaction. Because as the question you asked earlier, does he get more stick than he deserves? And yes, he does. So he wasn't at fault for that. Could he have done better? Possibly, yes. But he wasn't the reason why that happened.
If that goal would have gone in, though, that would have been De Gea's fault. Yeah, because he just kicked it straight to the guy. And sorry, I didn't think he was under that much pressure. He just kicked it straight to him.
Not at all.
It's an error of judgment on his part.
His kick has been poor in this game anyway, as a whole.
He did make a really good save in the first half, though, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
but you know what goalkeepers are like. It's never their fault. Yeah, it's always someone.
What's his name? Casper Schmeichel's always looking for someone to blame whenever they concede a goal.
Lloris is like that as well, isn't it? I've seen him do that.
I've seen a lot of things from Lloris. We were talking about Paul Pogba before we started the stream. Everyone, I think, has quite different views on Paul Pogba. Kojo, what's your view on him?
Supremely talented footballer.
Supremely,
but time at United has been maximum 6 out of 10. It's not been great.
Some would say being kind.
Oh yeah, I know. That's why I said maximum, because I know people will debate me on that. But I don't think he can go any higher than a 6 if you're trying to give him top praise or whatever sort of praise. I don't think he should have been dropped for this game. That being said, against Tottenham, he was very, very poor. He was terrible. So it makes sense as to why he was dropped. Obviously, form should get you starts. But look, he's going to leave us in the summer. So I've already made my peace with that. So I just
are you bothered that he's leaving you?
I'm always bothered when a top player leaves, but the difference is back then with Sir Alex, if a top player left, you trust him to replace. This Man United, on the other hand, can't do anything right now. So if Pogba goes,
we can't add to the squad, we can't replace.
Exactly. So I don't know if they're going to do it properly.
Hold on here, because you can't say you don't add to the squad, because you had a very good summer and you sat on this sofa, Neeks. You sat on this very sofa.
This is your beef. This is your beef.
We spoke about
this one there. I was with the home side.
No, you weren't there. You were here.
I was here. The Leeds guy was there.
I thought it was the other way around.
Look at that bit of skill on him.
Anyway, this sofa, that sofa, a sofa in this room. You sat there and we discussed your transfer window.
Yes.
And I think that was before Ronaldo.
No, yes, I think
it was Varane and Sancho were in. And you said, yeah, it's been a good transfer window.
Yes.
Good transfer window.
Yeah.
And we said, I know me and Robbie pushed you to be like, yeah, you're going to be in a title race. But you told me, you said 85 points.
I said we should be targeting based on, I think the season before was 66. The next season we got 74.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted a 10-point increase per season, so 66, 76, 86. But I said, listen, 85 points is what we should be aiming for as a minimum. That's probably not going to win the title because you need 90 plus, but it will show progression. But I said that we're not going to win the title if we don't sign a defensive midfielder. Mm-hmm. And we haven't signed a defensive midfielder since Matic, really, which we're talking Jose days. We haven't signed a defensive midfielder. So as good as the transfer window was, because we got good players in certain positions, Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo, the imbalance of the squad was always going to be an undoing. Now, I didn't expect it to undo it as this much. For me, an undone season would be where Chelsea are. Should be challenging for the title, not. Just sitting in the top 4.
With the squad,
we've underachieved. We have underachieved with the squad, but the squad is imbalanced because we don't sign with direction. We sign like on a whim, or a player's available. Let's just spend all the money on him, and then whatever we got left, we'll get the dregs. And that's been the story of Manchester United. So yeah, we've signed big players constantly. Angel Di Maria, Falcao, Paul Pogba, Henrik Mkhitaryan. But there's been a lack of direction in our planning in the transfer market and our execution in the transfer market. The transfer window before was an absolute disgrace. We got into the top 4. We chased Sancho all summer, ended up with Telles and Cavani. Like, it was an absolute disgrace. So then we're fighting against the tide every transfer window after, trying to make up for the crap that we did in that summer. Like Spurs, for example. You have an example.
Well, you don't need to bring us in.
No. So it can resonate with you. Where you get to the season before you got to a Champions League final, you didn't spend nothing for
Trust me, I resonate.
For free transfer windows.
I resonate.
And it's like, if you're trying to progress, you need to be constant with it.
However,
and we haven't been like that.
The difference is, I think you have a far better squad than Spurs overall. I'm not saying you have the perfect squad, but I'm saying you have far more talent.
Yeah, we have far more talent
across the squad than Spurs do.
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Rabadab made an interesting point here in the super chat. Who said Arsenal will win the Premier League again before United do?
They won't.
I'd like to concur with that, but I think that's a bit far-fetched.
Do you think that's too far-fetched? Do you think United would still do it?
Well, Arsenal are very much in building phase.
Yeah.
And one thing I would caution Arsenal fans is not to get a bit carried away.
Too late, Laurie.
Arsenal fans getting carried away?
Because I think... but the way some of the fans are talking about winning leagues, let's get the top 4 place first.
Yeah.
Because I still think United, if they get their act together...
You're winning the Little League at the moment.
Could pip us to that spot. Although we are favourites for it. But could I just say on the Paul Pogba debate, Paul Pogba, and I'm going to say this without any reservation, when he's not playing against Arsenal, informed Paul Pogba is one of my favourite players to watch. But I have to also say, if his season was to terminate right now in his career at Man United, you'd have to say he's been a flop. And to me, that's...
It does that.
Do you know why it hurts him?
I'm wearing a Pogba shirt right now.
It hurts him.
No, I like watching the guy play. He's mercurial, man. He can do things like on the ball that very few...
Oh, Sancho! Oh! Gotta get on top of that.
Sancho. That looked like that was going in, you know.
He thought that was going in as well.
You gotta get on top of that.
Reaction.
I must admit, I'm liking the look of him at the moment, man.
He looks like he's definitely
going in. That's not far, you know. That's not far. It just went up at the...
Imagine if that had gone in. That would have been one of the best goals of the season.
Absolutely.
He's definitely getting better. He's definitely...
He is. And I'm pleased for him because he had that thing in the World Cup and then he's not started Man United. Everyone's going at him. I think that's very unfair.
To settle sometimes.
Yeah, it does. Of course it does. Not everyone's done this.
I wouldn't say Pogba's time may not have been a flop.
I would. Let me finish.
You did say. Go on.
You've got to put it into perspective how good a player he is.
Yeah.
The fact that he's sort of underachieved like this, you have to say, given how good a player he is, man, he's flopped at United.
Are we judging him based off?
You have to judge him by the highest standards.
Is it solely him, or are we doing it as a collective of what United have done?
When me and Neeks have had this conversation before at the start of the season, and I said, I think if you're I think Paul Pogba's a good player, you know, for France and at Juventus beforehand. I just feel that his time at United came with a very big price tag, a very big reputation, and to come back to United. And I feel, yes, there's been times where he has been good, really good.
It's been
but
outstanding.
I think that if you're looking at the whole 6 years as a whole,
he's not
like
done
you
it.
said, I don't think he's been consistent enough.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been consistently outstanding. I don't think he's been consistently great. I think there's obviously, yes, he had the problems with Jose Mourinho and whatever, but there's been many other managers in that time. And I still don't necessarily think he's been someone that I think was worth.
Pogba has not been a success at Man United, but I would say he's
I'd go worse than that.
No, I know you would. I know you would. But I would say for me he's underachieved. And the reason why I stare slightly away from the flop, because he has had very good periods, not just very good periods, world-class games, but very good periods, but then also some very poor periods. Been injured as well at times, but that's, is what it is.
No, but I mean,
let me finish that.
Sorry.
But for me, there's a lot of Man United players where I would say mitigating circumstances, and I say that in the sense that we have been run like absolute shite, and a lot of players have therefore struggle to fulfill their potential. True. So do I put that on him and say he has flopped? Or is it that the club has just been underachieving for 5 years, and Pogba is one of those players that, because as a club we've just been struggling on and off the field, he becomes a symptom of the overall problem. That's why I just don't say. I don't think
there was a plan when we brought him in.
It was a big, like a lot of our signings. It was a big name. It was available.
I think Mourinho made the comment that he obviously was signed as manager, and they said to him, "We've got Pogba incoming."
Yeah.
So that already wasn't his signing. That's not his player to deal with. And then with that, when we were here last time watching City, I called Man United Gucci Everton.
Yeah.
Because they do the same thing as Everton. They spend more money, which is the Gucci, but Everton do the same thing in the transfer window. They sign some good players, but they don't know where to put them. And then when they sign a player, you think to yourself, that's the guy to build around. They don't do it. They just go and spend more the next year. They bring in manager after manager. And it's literally the same in Manchester with United. They do the same thing. Manager after manager. Moyes is more of Moyes, and then Van Gaal, very different. Mourinho, very different. Even Carrick, very different to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and then Rangnick. Like, there's no...
You just don't have a plan.
There's no process.
This is what another reason why I say he's been a flop. And like I said, I really rate the guy highly. I'd love to have seen him at Arsenal. So by saying that, that I like the player.
Sure you would.
No, but you think about in those big moments for United, those big games. Saturday gone was a prime example.
Yeah, he was awful.
He was terrible.
It was terrible.
It wasn't just like he was one of the poorest players on the pitch. Now, somebody like Paul Pogba, I would argue, you should not allow your standards to dip below a certain level.
Yeah, I agree.
And the amount of times he gave the ball away, got caught in possession. That's why he's dropped tonight. I mean, this is one of United's biggest games of the season.
Well, right now, it's the biggest. This is
our
season.
And you've got a guy like Paul Pogba, World Cup winner, Euros winner, he's won everything, and he can't get on the pitch.
And that's the argument, that if he was always, at that top quality level, as like top players are, I could maybe into a context like a Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
You would never drop Kevin De Bruyne.
I think you wouldn't, but then...
I know they're a different type of player, but I'm just saying the same world class of a level. If I'm thinking of world class players, I'm thinking Kevin De Bruyne.
You wouldn't drop Kevin De Bruyne, but I could also name more clutch finals from Paul Pogba than Kevin De Bruyne across their career. Across a season...
You're talking about United.
No, but we're talking about in terms of how good Paul Pogba is as well. And that's why I just can't say, I can't put it all down to him, because he would literally play at Manchester United for, let's say, 3 months before the international break. And it's like, it's average, a few good performances, bad performances, blah, blah, blah. Then we go to France and he balls out.
Yeah.
Because the quality is there. So then at what point do we question Manchester United and not Paul? There's been something more than just being a flop.
But we know he can play well for France. We were talking about Ndombele right before, obviously not comparing the two at all. Yeah. But we were saying Ndombele playing in France is a really great player. Playing in England is a different story.
I think Pogba's got the same issue. So for example, in terms of level of consistency, it's not the same. Obviously, Kane's consistency has been higher, for example. But when Kane has had some bad games in some big games, maybe those would be some finals, for example. He's always first online. It's always where was Kane? And I'm like, well, as good as Son is, for example, sometimes he's been utterly missing.
And nobody says that.
You know, and then the defence, they'll have solid defensive seasons, but then in those moments, something crumbles within them and they go out of place. Lori, great goalkeeper, and they're suddenly getting beaten at his near post quite easily. Like, but because he's the jewel, or he's supposed to be the jewel, he's supposed to be the main man, he'll sign for the big money, he's the big boy, they look at him first. Pogba, like I said, for me, 6 out of 10, but he gets too much blame.
No, I can understand that, but I think that the amount of money and the amount of hype and the amount of talent he also has, 6 out of 10 is probably not what you want from a player.
Absolutely not.
He should be at 8 at least.
Yeah,
minimum.
At least.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that is always the point that I feel when I'm talking to you about it.
That should have been in. Ronaldo missed the header there.
What happened? Ronaldo and Maguire collided with each other before the corner came in.
Really?
The cross came in. That
was an
and so it was kind of even a bit off. But right here, boom, and he kind of
my days.
And then he's gone, and he's a bit behind.
Let's have another.
Maguire's not in the right position because that little collision there, everything just went.
Maguire will get the blame now.
Of course he will. Of course he will.
Absolutely.
Okay. See, look at that. You've got 2 subs coming on. They need to change the game, and Pogba's not coming on.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Rashford
on for
I'm shocked at
Elanga.
that.
Rashford is fine, but it's Matic
he's been playing like a drain right now.
Oh, he's been poor.
He's been really poor.
But this is like.
But it's perfect for him, isn't it?
Yeah.
But don't you think that is symptomatic? The fact that Pogba's not even got his
An
top
option,
off.
yeah.
Yeah, and put it like that, especially this season because he's been injured for most of the season. He's leaving at the end of the year. I don't even care.
Bruno's coming off. He's not happy.
Oh, Pogba's on.
Pogba's on.
Yeah, Pogba's on.
Right,
so
Pogba, your chance to prove me wrong.
Who did Matic come on for?
McTominay.
McTominay.
So you know what? You know what I'm going to say, right? And I'm not trying to cover my own ass, right? If he goes on and scores tonight, he would not have proved me wrong because I've said how brilliant he is.
We know that he can do.
And what I'm saying is, you haven't done it enough, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to all of you out there watching, if Pogba scores tonight, don't come for me.
They'll still come for you.
Come for him.
But the argument is still
but you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
For the level of talent that this man's got.
I'm the same as you. I think you can appreciate he's a great player, but at the same time, he hasn't done it enough.
You haven't, bro.
It's like when he puts in those performances, you're actually more frustrated. You're like, why we don't get that more?
Yeah.
It's a bit like Neymar at PSG.
I hope he does put it in.
Neymar, PSG, Messi, PSG. You're not doing it for them.
Yeah, true.
You're great. Doesn't mean you're not a great player, but you're just not. You've been flopped.
All right, let's go back to Super Chats for a second. Amir said Alexis Sanchez was the worst transfer for United for all the hype. I mean, when he was sitting there playing the piano, and that was such a great unveiling.
Can't lie, that unveiling was superb. It was sublime, sublime.
But I mean, again, just didn't work out.
Absolutely not.
Bags of talent. Terrible. We knew he had bags of talent. Great footballer from his days at Arsenal. Just why did that not work out?
Because he was sort of falling off at Arsenal already.
But the thing is, he joined for the wrong reasons.
I don't know why.
I think speaking as an Arsenal fan, I think if you see the trajectory of his form since he's left Arsenal, I think that was a great piece of business because clearly to me his physical level had tailed off.
That great for you,
Mkhitaryan
it was a swap bit.
Exactly. Yeah. But his levels have dropped significantly.
But remember, he was supposed to be going Man City. He only joined us. Must be offside. Must be.
Because of the money that we gave him, the wage.
Because of the wages we gave him, that's the only reason he joined. The moment you join because of wages, it's never going to work because you didn't have a motivation to be there. He wanted to join Man City, a club who's looking to win, winning stuff, winning the league, playing under Pep Guardiola, blah blah. All of a sudden, Man United. Yeah, come on, man. I was happy we got him, but
I was going to say, I bet you weren't disappointed.
I was happy we got him, man. And he turned up in a few games against you lot in the FA Cup semi-final, against Man City, even against Arsenal.
Yeah, he put Arsenal away as well.
Yeah, FA Cup, I think it was. He turned up, but it's like it was maybe 5 games. 5 games of his own career.
5 games. 010 Mercurial said Falcao, Lukaku and Torres were bought after being amazing players and having great seasons. I think he's obviously referring to Chelsea.
Falcao.
Well, we signed Falcao. They signed Falcao as well, yeah.
Lukaku. Oh yeah.
Torres.
He did flop. Who? Falcao.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think the thing with Falcao, and again, he came back off a long injury when he joined us. I was hoping he would have done better, but I think it was a cruise ship or something like that. And
he was rushed back.
He was rushed back, but since then, since he left England, he's been okay. Yeah. But he's never been the same place as that.
I don't think Lukaku flopped for you, really, did he? I don't think he wasn't as.
So he didn't flop.
I don't think he flopped. I just think.
He's a very specific style of player.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I don't think he's really the flourish and flair that United fans want.
I'm not his biggest fan. I'm not even lying to myself. No,
small game Romelu.
I was going to be kind.
If you're talking flop, he's flopped for Chelsea.
Oh yeah. And I saw that coming from a mile off.
But with Man United, he was scoring goals.
First season, he was good for us. Second season, obviously it fell apart in the second season.
Yeah.
And he was one of them, putting a lot of weight.
And this is what it is as well. If he scored a lot of goals for us, but when it came to big games, he was another one that we're missing.
But that's even his career. That's why I call him small game Romelu.
A lot do.
That's why I call him small game Romelu.
There used to be this stat going around about Lukaku, isn't it, that he doesn't score against top 4 teams.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
I think for us, he got 1 goal and an assist against Chelsea in one game. In the 2 years that he was there.
He scored 1 goal against Real Madrid in the Super Cup, which we lost.
Oh, we lost that year 2-1. And then he scored obviously the 2 in the Champions League against PSG.
Yeah.
The comeback.
There's Pogba now. What can he do? That's a good ball.
That was Rashford.
Okay, so we're marking him down as a bit of a flop. Anna said you have to build a team around Pogba or play through him. Man United failed to do that. Would you say that's accurate?
That's what I was saying with the Everton reference. You sign a player of that quality.
I still think you have a right to expect more, to be honest.
No, I do expect more from him as an individual. But if you're going to sign him as your main man, do right by the player and say, all right, cool, we're going to build around you. Don't buy him and then do nothing after.
Just put him in there and say, do the job.
I want to make it clear. Like I said, an informed Pogba.
Don't let him off.
No. Hear me out. An informed Pogba, not playing against Arsenal. I like watching a guy play. Trust me, he's one of the few players. Actually, there are a few others, but he's one of them players out there that you think, you know what, I'm going to watch this game today. Pogba's play. That's how I. So to see him consistently,
but this is why when people
not
say
produce, I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Some people will question whether he's world class or not, and the argument they will say is because he's not consistent, he's not world class. I would say when he's on form, and it's not like it's 1 game in 10, it's just not as much as it should be. But when he's on form, he can do things that no other central midfielder in the world can do. And when he does that, and he's done it in big games, usually for France, but he has done it for Manchester United. He scored in the Champions League for. The Europa League final for us. Like, he's done it, but he doesn't do it consistently. Because
sorry to interrupt. This is what you're going to get with Atletico.
Time wasting, niggling.
They are the masters of this.
He didn't even touch it.
I know, that's what they do, bro.
Playing into your hands.
The worst thing you could do with them is to go a goal down, because you're going to get this.
Oh my God!
Come on.
Get up.
Look at him.
That's funny.
On.
You're not going to tell me he's not been coached to do that.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course.
Cavani
and Cavani is coming on. You've got to get a goal.
Can't be for Sancho, would it?
I mean,
another flop, I would argue.
Who, Cavani?
Yeah.
Cavani?
Yeah.
He came on a free.
He came on a free. His first year was good. This year ain't done that.
He's an old man. I'm not mad at that.
I wouldn't even put it down as anything.
Yeah, maybe not a flop, but he's not had the desired effect.
Especially not this year. Last year he did. Last year he was a very good effect.
To be honest, he shouldn't have had any effect. It's because certain people I like to call Jean-Paul Jeffers, aka Anthony Martial, did not do their job properly.
Yeah, it's true.
So
that's the only reason he had
That's the reason why he played in the first place, yeah.
Although, to be fair with Martial, he wasn't getting a lot of game time.
No, yes he was. He got more than enough game. Not this year. Last year when he got 4 goals.
4 goals after sgoring, what, 18-ish?
Yeah, man. Sorry.
And Sevilla don't want him already as well.
He's not done anything since he left you guys, has he?
No.
He just got a goal and assist.
He got a goal and assist in one game, and then he had a shot that was nicely saved, and then Sevilla fans were quick to point out, apart from that, he did absolutely nothing. So it's same old, man.
Right, we are running a poll, as we love polls.
No, do not kick it out. No, ref! You can't be blowing, ref! Are you kidding me? He's injured his foot. It's not a head injury. It's not a head injury. It's not a head injury.
Get out of here, man.
You can't blow up for that.
We're going to pause that.
You are going to get this.
No, but I don't care about Atletico. How can the ref blow up because someone's holding their foot in the area?
I agree.
It's not a head injury. And he's got up before the trainer comes on, so he doesn't have to go off the pitch. That is weak from the referee. If you give a free kick, give a free kick.
Let's have a look.
No, if you want to give a free kick, give a free kick. But don't stop it because he's down. That's a disgrace.
It's so funny to me, right?
And it's not the first time this referee's giving these soft
United
decisions.
fans who are the kings of getting away with stuff, like referees. And Fergie time, and penalty here, penalty there.
No, sorry.
Penaldo, Hernandez, and then you.
Fred's coming off, Cavani's coming on. You happy with that?
Those penalties that we got for Fernandez.
You got to go for Brooks.
Just put that out there, you know.
That is ridiculous. That is so poor from the referee. That's so weak.
You want to play off from there? Are you kidding
And
me?
look how he is. That is so weak.
That is just funny. Just funny.
That is-
Right, we are running a poll. We are running a
We're
poll.
on the edge of the area. We're on the edge of the area.
Oh!
No.
We're running a poll on Marcus Rashford.
Booking.
Should Rashford stay?
Booking.
Should they sell him or should they keep him? Let us know what you think.
No.
Would you sell Rashford?
Oh.
No.
Who put that poll up, man?
Would you sell
I'm
Rashford?
answering that question.
Why
Loris,
not?
would you sell Rashford?
I'll tell you what I do think.
said
I think
on the
Rashford,
weekend.
for the sake of his own career, he needs a new challenge. He's
that's
from
right.
Manchester, he grew up there, it's not working out now. You're not getting game time. You need another challenge if you want to stay in that England squad, because at the moment, he's looking a shadow of what he was.
Fair point. What do you reckon, Kojo?
I'm keeping.
Oh!
I'm keeping. Oh! Flip.
You're keeping him?
Yeah, I'm keeping him. Yeah, I'm keeping him.
All right, I'm going to hit sell.
Who's that header? Was that Maguire?
No,
Varane.
That's a good save.
Great save. Ronaldo did well with the overhead kick, but what a header. That deserved a goal.
That did. Still not back in the game though.
Look at that donkey falling down as well, man. Wait.
Great save by Oblak.
Lots of comments about Paul Pogba actually in here. There's just a lot going on. Wow. Pogba played with better midfielders in Juventus and for France.
True.
Yep.
Hope Arsenal buy Yao Felix or Haaland. Yep, okay. We can also dream.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
We all have a dream.
When that happened, play Football Manager instead.
It was all a dream.
Hugh Davis said Pogba is lazy. He just relies on natural talent, not a hard worker like Ronaldo to get the most out of your talent. Would you say that's true?
I disagree.
That's amazing. That's nonsense.
DL said some players are only good if their teams are in great form. That's why they don't blink out. Same goes for Pogba. Someone said Pogba to Arsenal. Again, it's not dreaming. Someone said Ndombele doesn't play for France. I'm not talking about him playing for French national team. I'm talking about in France when he plays in a different league. He adapts much better, actually. So
you can't always
hold
look
the
at it like
sass.
that, you know. So I'll tell you why. Because look at Kevin De Bruyne, for Belgium. He's got great players around him. Belgium can't seem to do anything at international level. Yet Pogba, winning World Cups, Euros, you know what I mean, all sorts of things. So why is that then? It's just sometimes I guess it just doesn't work out.
It's about the balance.
Is it the manager? Is it the way they deploy?
Well,
balance.
That's what someone said here. Isha said, Abbi, if it's different managers who have if it's different managers who have all worked with him, Paul is the only constant, so he would be the problem. United fans thought Pogba was going to be scoring screamers every other match. Those highlight video messages have just messed with their head.
Yeah, we didn't think that. That's
You never thought that?
Nah. That's not how football works. You know.
You're running out of time, man.
Go on.
Go.
Shinji Kagawa, really talented but didn't work out at United. Are we putting Kagawa in the same bracket?
Yeah, that didn't work.
He was talented
Yeah?
as well. Yeah, he was super talented.
Oh.
Not at the level of Pogba, though.
No.
That's why I said he's been a flop, because I expected more, man. I really did. And the thing is, I know he's got it because I've seen him do it. Even for United, I've seen him do it.
Yeah.
It's just not regular enough.
Cave said, compare Kante and Pogba, Premier League careers. He needs to be more. I think he's meant to say at the end consistent.
Watch how long he's going to take him. He'll walk the furthest way to get the armband.
Oh,
look, he's walked. This is strategic. The man's
he gives it to the keeper.
Yeah, it's very clever the way to do it.
Then all those Oblaks.
He's probably told. He's gone all the way down. I bet he's not even a normal captain, but because he's the furthest away. Now he's going to take another minute to get off.
But that is clever. You know, it's annoying.
He ran a bit, then he stopped. He'll probably wait for a United
I tell you
player
what
to
would
come
happen
over.
though, if you guys got an equaliser back, they'd be very quick.
Exactly.
They'd be very, very quick off that pitch. Fernando Torres did not flop. 20 goals for Chelsea. Torres is a cult hero. He's not a flop.
Torres flopped. He went around Valdez and got you to Champions League final.
But I guess that becomes you a
But
hero.
they were going through anyway on the way it goes. So yeah, it's not your foolishness, man.
See, that's another instrumental decision there, bringing on Kondogbia, a very good defender.
He did well against Pogba last in the first leg.
Oh, look, here we go. Someone kicked the ball against his head.
Good.
Is that a sending off?
Good. Get the ball. Get it. Get the ball again.
No, that's silly there. That's Matic.
Good.
No, but he could get himself sent off for that. That's violent play.
Grizzly said, I'd take Rashford since we're going out of business. He's a Chelsea fan.
You laugh, but he could be off, you know. He could be going.
Malachi said, as much as you say sell Marcus, United are most likely to keep him. Jason Crook said City.
No, not
Lamb.
The ball barely touched it.
Yeah, but it's the intent though, isn't it?
Anna said, sell him to West Ham with Jesse Lingard. Again, Jesse Lingard, free Lingard. Come on.
Why was Lingard even kept? That's another one. I don't even know why he's still here.
Why have you kept Lingard?
I don't know. He should be enjoying life in Westwood at Stratford.
Free Jesse, wasn't it?
Yeah, free Jesse.
Was it free?
I don't know why we kept him.
Look, the deadlock's been broken in this game.
going out.
Ten Hag could be going out of the Champions League. Benfica have just scored.
You say 10 out, Kai?
1-0.
Benfica play a style that he doesn't like. Now look what's happening, and they're at home as well.
Yeah.
This will be a bit of an upset, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be.
You expect Ajax to...
Because especially the first leg, I haven't really watched today, but the first leg, Ajax should have won that clearly.
And
it's currently 3-2 on aggregate to Benfica. Jan Vertonghen in that Benfica defence, so I'm got my eye on that one.
But you got Adel Taarabt as well.
Yeah. I mean,
former Tottenham player.
Barely played for us. But I couldn't believe he was still playing.
Yeah, me neither.
Oh. Have another look at that.
You talk about mercurial talent. That guy's got very good talent.
Adel Taarabt. But that's another one, like with application. Like it just he bounced around so much, didn't he?
Yeah,
literally. I mean, you see how much weight he's
Where's he going?
Bounced around so much.
You see what Atletico have successfully done, and they've disrupted the flow of this game. Upset United to the fact that Matic is there kicking the ball at a man's head. They've pissed you off. And this is what they do.
Touch Sancho. Let's go.
They're a horrible team to play against, like this.
Yeah, they are.
But it's going to work.
Go on.
Epic TV said Arsenal could sign Mbappe if we make top 4. Okay.
Yes, come on.
I don't even know if I was asked, but I'll take it.
I'll take it. I don't care.
We ain't got no decisions today.
Come on, let's go.
Oh, what did it? Did he give a corner?
Yeah, give a corner.
Yeah.
Walter said, can't believe United are struggling so much against Herrera. They should be breezing past him. He's like 40 and slow as fuck.
Yeah, but they're well
29. What's that? Hey, you know what? I'm going to watch my team cross the ball in. Yeah? Tell us. Who's there?
Go wide, go wide. Oh!
Not a bad effort.
Not too bad. K1 said United are getting violated. Take the long way off the pitch.
I actually want United to go through tonight, you know.
Why?
For my own selfish reasons.
So we don't. We got more games to focus on.
No, seriously, them being involved in the Champions League is actually good for us because they're not going to win the Champions League.
Give the armband to somebody, man.
No.
Go.
The distraction of the Champions League will, you know what I mean, will benefit teams like us.
Maybe so. Clement said greetings from Bali. That's very cool. We've got someone from Bali.
Thank you.
I'd like to be in Bali. How about you?
Greetings.
Would you like to be in Bali?
I would actually, now that the restrictions are open. We can
It looks so great, doesn't it? So great. Where would you like to go if you go anywhere in the world?
Right now, I've got my eye on
Old Trafford.
Malta. No. On Malta.
On Malta?
I've got my eye on Malta right now.
That's supposed to be beautiful as well, there.
I want to go to there and then I want to go to Mexico.
Ooh. Where in Mexico? Cancun?
Probably go to Mexico City first, see the capital, and then I want to go to Monterrey.
Ooh.
And then Cancun, and then...
A little tour of Mexico.
Yeah.
I like it. Neeks, where do you want to go on holiday?
Brazil.
Do a whole tour of Brazil?
Let's go for a certain carnival.
I would love to go for carnival.
Oh, you want to go for carnival?
I want to go to Brazil. I think there's a very rich history there, and some very beautiful ladies.
Cultural. They do have very beautiful ladies.
We might like me manscaped.
They might. Make sure you take your shaver, and guys, don't forget 20% off and put your code in DR Sports, link in the description. Laurie,
make sure that
Laurie, where would you like to go on holiday?
You know what? Before epidemic, COVID, what's this? Broke out. Myself and girlfriend were planning a trip to Ghana, and I've got some Ghanaian friends that were giving me the heads up on where to go and where to stay. So that's definitely on my hit list.
Yeah.
Book him! Get your card out! You're taking a mick.
Come on, he just pushed him. He didn't even try to win the ball.
He's losing control of this game.
Yeah.
That being said,
take about 5 yards. Nah, this ref's a joke. This ref's a joke.
Come on, let's go. Whip it in.
This ref's on a joke team.
They're waiting too long to get the ball in the box.
Yeah.
Ten Hag looks fuming. Look fuming in that one. Atletico always play anti-football with their antics. I hope they lose this game.
But the thing is, they're very good at it. Spoiling tactics.
They are very good.
I've seen them do this so many times.
Rashford would not get in any other top 6 team.
Facts.
He'll walk into the Spurs team.
Nah, he wouldn't.
Even on current
Why have you got to bring me into this? I'm just reading the chats.
Pass it.
And he would not walk into the Spurs team. That is a ridiculous
You've got to put the ball in early.
Guys, whip the flipping ball in.
Alex says, yeah, I don't want Ten Hag. That's changed all of a sudden. That's changed very, very quickly. Chabuddy said Steve Bruce for United.
Steve Bruce.
Sounds like a match made in heaven for me.
A legend, innit?
Ozil has more goals and assists in Prem history than Pogba has, and he was half the price.
That's nice.
Rashford, the poll that we have run, it is selling at 76% and keeping at 23%. So there is a lot of people that think that you should get rid of the dead wood. Don't be like Spurs and sit on it for years and years and years. Get rid of your dead wood. Someone else said, I agree, Steve Bruce for United. Could you imagine?
I think if Man United gets Steve Bruce, I might go missing for a while.
I quite like to see it though. Kenny says greetings from Mallorca. Loads of people in nice places. Bobby says big up Malta. Maguire is the fridge freezer. He's off at last. Glazers should make a bid for Chelsea.
Why would you do that?
Cavani, that's poor.
But even though he's off at last, like Maguire hasn't done anything wrong in the game. He's not the reason we're losing. Referee! Oh, come on!
They are going to do this.
Of course
they're just going to sit on that.
But the ref is enabling them.
And what we're into the last couple of minutes, not
Plus
including.
stoppage.
I want 7 minutes stoppage time.
I tell you, I'm not being funny, right? You could get
this?
20 minutes stoppage time. You're not going to score against this lot. They've settled into that pattern, that disruptive pattern. And I can't see you lot unless it's a flash of brilliance from Pogba or Ronaldo or something.
We're not able to create any real clear cut.
No, you haven't. And they do know what they're doing defensively as well.
Absolutely.
So here's a chance. Pass it.
No one's even supporting him.
Yeah,
like he's trying to drive, and there's no one.
No one even.
Like so.
Pogba's done nothing since he's come on, apart from
They've
give
all
away
done
some fouls.
nothing. They've all done that today.
Have you been disappointed with your performance today?
Again, yeah, overall, I think the first half an hour
If I
was
was
really
a
good.
United fan, I'd be disappointed, man.
The first half an hour was really good.
Hello, get up.
And then after that, we've just gone into our shells and we've had no clue going forward, which is, typical of United right now.
I've been disappointed.
My goodness. Oh, go kick.
Oh, God.
I must say, I have been disappointed with United actually watching this game.
The side okay.
We ain't created enough.
You haven't really.
We started the first half.
You started
we
well
started
enough.
well. The second half we started well, but
in terms of creating chances, nah.
What now?
who's he booking? Well, Ralph Rangnick.
Wait,
Was it Ferguson?
Darren Fletcher.
Fletcher, sorry. What is his role?
So the ref can get the yellow card out, just not for Atletico.
No, not at all. No.
Only for United.
Have we worked out what his position is yet?
Oh, was about Darren Fletcher?
Yeah.
What is his
Because
position?
I asked that question at the weekend.
He's hype man.
And nobody could tell me. So
He's hype man.
Yeah, he's hype man.
He's hype man.
Neeks, you've had a few days to think about it, man. What is his role with the club?
Alright. I have not gone out.
Yes, man.
Does he actually have a role?
He's main United's Connosaurus.
He obviously must have a role. If
He's
you
the
look at
technical director.
He's a technical director.
The question is, what is his role on the bench? I don't know.
To technically direct.
Well, what's the manager there?
Help
He's just
with
got himself
technical
booked,
direction.
innit?
What the referee? You can't be blowing for everything. You can't be blowing for everything.
Oh my God, this is outrageous.
I hate this team, you know. I hate Atletico.
But I
So
tell
The
you
referee's
what,
lost control of this game.
what's he
I don't
done?
think-
Mind you, you can't.
He ran into it. The man ran into
Oh
him.
my goodness.
There's a hell
but
of a
when
lot
you
of
leave
cheating
your
going
hand out
on in
like
this game.
He's trying to protect himself.
Let's be honest, if that had gone the other way, you'd have been asking for a foul.
We haven't had anything.
We haven't had anything.
We haven't
So,
had anything.
yeah, I would be screaming
From the
for
time
it.
when Elanga got done for the...
For minute.
For,
For
yeah,
20
minute one.
seconds.
Nothing. Only 4 minutes? Oh, come on. No, that's a disgrace. That is a disgrace.
This is rigged.
They have been rolling on that ground for the whole second half. And my man said 4 minutes. 4 minutes. And there's been subs. You saw your 30 seconds.
This is absolutely ridiculous.
I'm surprised at that, I must say.
They take it.
Bring back Fergie time.
Move
It's
bodies forward.
minimum 5.
Get bodies forward,
minimum.
man. Get bodies forward.
They've
Let's
been
go.
rolling around all half.
Oh crap. Oh.
Here comes another goal.
And you know the cheek of it all?
He's gonna give a foul.
When the ref blew up.
He's gonna give a foul.
When the ref
Hey, let's
That one,
go.
he didn't give it.
When the ref blew up, when the guy had injured his foot.
That's a foul. Thank you
There
very
go.
much.
You got your foul.
I can see,
time, take
I can
time.
see
Book it
someone
in.
getting sent off
can
in
see
these
it.
last couple of minutes.
Right, let's have a look at that. Total attempts, 12 for United, 5 on target. Do you feel like you should have actually... Do you feel like the scoreline should be totally different?
Not totally different. I think it's been an even game. Neither side have created clear-cut opportunities other than, obviously they had the header that they scored from. Elanga had the shot that was saved by the... Other than that, there's not been much between us.
That's not
That
good.
is
What?
No! Every shot they go down, he blows.
What did he do?
Every single time they go down, he blows.
Absolute BS, man.
I can tell you this back. He stopped the game because the man injured his foot.
His foot.
His foot.
Immediately stopped you, know.
On the edge of the area, bro. We're on the edge of the area.
I mean, some might say it's a Simeone masterclass.
It is, that's what he does.
Boy.
Who's the son? Are you saying it, Abbi?
It's a Simeone sign.
I'm saying it could be considered as a Simeone masterclass because it's not someone you'd want to play against. But if that's your team,
a little boy in
you're
pairs.
doing all the things that you'd want to get yourself over the
As soon as
line.
they scored, I said that to you. I goes, the worst team you want to go a goal down to in a situation like this.
The
is
worst
them.
referee want to go down to as well.
Dalo, you gotta get there first.
I came with that.
Shoots.
Lip says game done.
But you know what? A lot of refs would have done the same thing because these guys know how to play this type of game. They're experts at it.
The ref
They seriously
gave
are.
a foul to Oblak because Elanga won the header. I can't. It's been downhill ever since.
There was
cracking
annoying
me
about
up.
that. Even went for a goal kick. Just to
I
have
love
to get the actual
I
goal
love that
kick.
you had the fist there.
I'm fuming.
Fuming. Can I offer you some Manscaped products?
I might need that actually.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do
Right, look,
that.
gone down.
Kenny said, Atletico are no mugs. They know how to close down games. Simeone has them well drilled. Unfortunately, they are renowned for play acting. And that's what we're saying. It's, could be a masterclass. Do you think Ollie would have won this game?
No, hell no.
No.
What's that got to do with anything?
I'm just reading the board. I'm just reading the board.
No, he wouldn't.
Jason, if you got something to say, just say it to my face.
You have to
Good
whip
cross
this in. You
needed.
have to whip this in now.
Too late.
No.
Too late, mate. Too late.
There's something going on in that
Whip.
Ajax game. Let's have another look.
That's the
Is
fourth.
there-
So cool. Come on, one last chance.
Lift.
Corner. One last shot. Come on! Go! Tellez! Damn it, the head, get up
Give
there.
me.
Yeah, but who's going to take it? They need someone with.
Tell us. Give me.
Who is it? Who's taking it?
Come on, one last chance.
Give me the whippers. Tell us. Come on.
This is literally it for you guys.
Bow.
Good delivery.
It's got height.
Who's there?
Oh. Flips on black.
He's had a good game.
And let me tell you, he ain't getting up. He's going to be there for ages, just winding down. That clock.
That's it. United.
A super chat from Alberuti, who said, "Tell them how we feel, Abby, when we see United play every week with your complaints. Grow
That's
up."
it. It's all over. Ronaldo shakes his head.
And look at that, Simeone down the touchline.
Oh,
getting thrown at and pelted at. That's unacceptable behaviour, isn't it? So it looks like you guys are, well, it doesn't actually look like it. You are out of the Champions League again.
That's actually bad news for us.
I thought you wanted them to stay in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So it's bad news for you.
That United are out. I wanted them to stay in the
I
Champions
see what you
League.
mean. I see what you mean.
Because now they're going to focus all their efforts on the top 4.
What efforts?
Their efforts. Look, you're not far off, and there are still lots of games to be played, and you've got to play Arsenal as well during that time period. Stephen said, "Neeks, your so far undefeated streak is finally over."
Stephen, you sound too happy to send that message.
Meanwhile, the great Ten Hag looks like he's going out too.
It looks like it. There is 6 minutes stoppage time in that Ajax-Benfica game. Neeks, are you crying?
No, this team can't make me cry.
You got steam in them glasses, though.
Can't lie to you. How much I hate this club. Whoever gets them, even if it's Liverpool, I'll support them to knock this team out. I need them, and I hate this team. I hate Atletico.
Liverpool.
How the hell did we go out to this team?
No, but
they're not even good. Laurie, they're not even good.
No, but
they are not good.
Hang on.
No.
Let's be honest, right, Abby?
Neither are you.
Yeah, exactly. I think that they would have been favourites to go through. Am I wrong?
Yes.
I think it would be very slim.
No, yes, you're wrong.
I think that would have been very slim.
Right.
It was a 50-50 tie. It was
it was a 50-50 tie.
I'm not going to
Yes, the referee didn't help the situation.
No, from the outset.
When that tie was announced, most people felt that you would struggle to beat these guys.
No, yeah, but they didn't beat us easily. It was a 50-50.
No, I'm not saying that.
No, I'm saying 50-50. If we're going to win, it's going to be a struggle.
I would say 60-40 then. See, that's how I saw it anyway.
I would put this.
I think if you'd have gone through tonight, that would have been against most
people. No, man.
When the time was made, I picked Atletico to beat you.
I think that's a tough game. I think that's a tough game.
No, it is a tough game. Atletico Madrid they've done well in the Champions League.
They are so well drilled, and they have a specific way of playing.
And they played out this way for years.
Yes,
over 2 legs, these are the type of team that are going to do you, man. They are. That's how they play.
But based on tonight,
you were poor tonight in the second half.
They were not good.
No, but they didn't have to be. That's what I'm saying.
No, but that's the point. That's what I'm making. That's why I'm so angry because they didn't even play that well.
Yeah, but they never do, though.
And they don't need to.
I don't know. I've seen them play better. This season, they've been poor across all competitions.
Yeah, but
so that's why I'm so mad that we've gone out to them.
You know what I'm saying? They got the game plan to.
Yeah, they've got the game plan.
I'll be honest with you, Neeks. Right? If somebody said to me, and I'll be interested to hear what Abby says, gave me a sum of money and said, when that tie was made, said, who would you put your money? I would have gone for Atletico all day.
That's fair enough. But
I would have also.
This is not an upset. This is what I'm saying.
No, it's not an upset. But I think if we beat, it wouldn't be an upset either. It wouldn't be an upset.
I think it's very evenly matched, but I think I still would have gone towards Atletico purely for the fact that I don't rate United particularly.
That's fine. But Atletico Madrid,
because let's be honest,
season, have been struggling to get into the top 4 in La Liga.
You look like you were going out, and Elanga turned up with an excellent goal. That's what kept you in it.
Yeah.
So over 2 legs, they've been the better team.
Over 2 legs, they've been a better team.
Yeah.
But they're not good. And that's why I'm angry.
What does that make you look though? No disrespect. What does that make you look?
Let me give you an example. When Arsenal came...
Don't...
No. I've got to speak in a language that you understand. Okay. When Arsenal came to Old Trafford, when Spurs came to Old Trafford, both of you left those games saying, we should have beaten them. They're not that good. How do we lose that game? They didn't do anything. That's how I feel.
Which is fair.
That's the point I'm making. Yes, we're not great, challenging for top 4. They're in the very similar position in La Liga. They're not that good, but they're well drilled.
Exactly.
And that's they're well drilled.
Can we give Kojo a minute? Kojo, talk to us. You've got a lot of emotions going on.
Anger.
I'm severely pissed off because we didn't take this game by the scruff of its neck at all. And I keep getting flashbacks to this same old United nonsense that we keep doing. Atletico I hate them. I hate the way they see out games, especially big games like this. This has always been their thing. There is no style about them. They're they're just very.
They're annoying.
They're garbage, and I can't lie to you. We talk about Simeone when I was his manager. I just hell no, hell no,
Okay.
hell no. No, I'm actually mad. But more than ever, look, this team better get top 4 because if they don't,
Kojo, the season is done.
I really want to.
You don't think they got a chance to
I
get
really
top 4?
swear, but these days I've kept so cool and my swearing has gone all the way down. I'm trying my best to keep it cool, but the expletives that really want to come out of my soul, not even my mouth, that's my soul. My soul's on fire, bro. I don't even drink, and I've been looking at that for a good 10 minutes while you guys were going back and forth. I was looking at Budweiser. I'm mad. We're out of the Champions League, and Abbi said it again.
Again, but look, there may be next season, there may not be next season, but at least you've only got one game a week to actually concentrate
And
on.
this is why I've got mixed feelings with this game, because it's all right us laughing, you know, and I guess you're in the same position as well.
Look, but listen, I don't think we're going to get top 4, so the only way it's going to happen is if both of you, with your games in hand, and you've got to play each other in a lot of the same teams, we just somehow manage to win more than one game in a row.
I'm going to make an announcement here on DR Smokes.
You're retiring.
Tottenham Hotspur season is finished. Manchester United season is finished. Well done, Arsenal, for qualifying for the Champions League.
Are you trying to put pressure on us?
No, I'm not. It's
You're
finished.
trying to put pressure.
We are done. It's over. We're done.
You're putting pressure on
This
us.
Atletico Madrid team is not that good, and we could not beat them over 2 legs. And as you said, over the 2 legs, they deserve to win.
Yeah.
That goes to show, as far as I'm concerned, how bad we are. We are not getting top 4. We have to play you. We have to play Liverpool. We have to play Chelsea. We are not getting top 4. United fans, don't get your hopes up, because like tonight, they will let you down.
I like this. It's classic reverse psychology.
And over and over again.
If you're not used to it since 2013,
I'm tired.
you ain't gonna get used to it now.
On that note, we have a few super chats before we wrap up. Momar Diop said United were riding high from this weekend into tonight and paying the price for it. Madrid aren't a banter club like Spurs. Wow, enough. Big up to Simeone for coming in tonight and handling his business. Why does it always have to be our detriment? I don't understand. I just say nice things. Bitter Red Devil said league title is all we have left to fight for.
What title?
League title. The league title.
Let it go. Let it go.
Drew said, let us remind you that Chelsea beat Atletico 3-0 on aggregate last season, easy for some big clubs. Code Shadow said, Vamos, Atleti, Man United fans, shush. Yeah, you know, fair enough.
I feel like there's some Liverpool fans in there laughing.
There will be.
Morata was praying to God while he finished Liverpool for 2 years ago.
Yeah,
listen, talk your talk. Everyone gets their own. Yours will be soon.
Benfica have gone through.
Benfica have gone through and knocked Ajax out of the Champions League.
And
Pochettino both out of the Champions
knowing our
League.
luck, Atletico was going to draw Benfica, and Man United fans be sitting there like, we should have got Benfica. That's how it's going to be. I'm telling you. What a disastrous season this has been. What an absolute disaster.
Well,
and there's our new manager. Like you said, whichever way you look at it, whether it's him or Pochettino, they both flopped in the Champions League. Our current manager flopped, our next manager flopped, our previous manager flopped. It's a disgrace.
It's in the DNA. Right, Dennis said, sweet yourselves into the Champions League bin. Atletico are anti-football, it has to be said. United fans laugh my arse off. United are a small merch team.
Oh, shut up.
Just crybabies, moaning all the time instead of playing the game. Cavani plays when he wants. Their style is defensive masterclass. Cry more, ye United fan. La Liga is a farmers league. Banter FC. Man United is done. United aren't getting top 4. Why didn't Ralph play Ronaldo? He did. Madrid have never been good. They are efficient Premier League farmers. That's obviously to you guys. Man United so dead. Ref was terrible, which he was. So yeah, I mean, we could go on. You're just getting utterly abused here. Kelechi
I think they did go out with a whimper, though. Really,
it was a whimper. But Champions League. Kelechi said Champions League should be the top 3. Enough said for this. Top 4 is rubbish.
I don't know who that Kelechi person supports, but when Man United and Arsenal were the only teams getting the Champions League till they were finishing top 2, I don't know who he supports. But all them man were begging that they drop more places, 3rd and 4th. So be careful what you wish for.
Right. On that night, it has been a very lovely evening with you all. Maybe not the result. I'm sorry for your loss.
It's all right.
But let's see if you get back into it next season. Where can everyone find you on the socials?
Yeah, just Kojo, Free Midfield, or the Free Midfield podcast on YouTube and everybody else.
Neeks?
Don't even find me. Don't find me.
Go find him and come for him. Where can people find you, Neeks?
Don't find me. I don't want to hear from nobody right now.
All right, no plug. We're going no plug. Laurie, where can everyone find you?
AFTV.
Yeah, direct all abuse to Laurie.
No, but you know what it is, right? Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, I'm always happy to see United discombobulate. But having said that, I've got a little bit of a mixed feeling because this now means that you will go hell for leather for that 4th spot. Hell for leather. But I still can't see them. Yeah, I still can't see them.
I think it's going to be a very telling end to the season.
It's in our hands.
It is in your hands. It is totally in your hands, and hopefully you drop the ball. Anyway, today's Game Day Live is brought to you by Manscaped, the world's leader in the below waist grooming. Manscaped have the Lawnmower 4.0, which I will show you once again if I put it back in the box, which I didn't put it back in the box. But I will. Did I put it back in the box?
I think you did, yeah. I think it's underneath here somewhere.
You are so helpful because it's in the box.
There you go.
Lawnmower 4.0. Don't forget, it has a waterproof technology, wireless charging, skin-safe technology. It lasts up to 90 minutes on a single charge. You get the ball deodorant as well to keep those balls perfect. And use the code DRSports at checkout for an amazing 20% off your order and free shipping as well at manscaped.com. The link is in the description. So for everyone that wants soft and nice balls, head on over to Manscaped. I certainly will. Anyway, it's been great to spend this evening with you all and have a great week. Loads more stuff coming up on DR Sports over the next few days and the weekend. So we will see you all very soon.